A sterling 2 days. Lift-off begins here. We're with you Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Dave Orton, thrilled to be back in the seat. It's Racing Post Live coming your way. Wow, all the action from Leopardstown. We'll be covering it. We're covering Sandown as well. We'll go up to Musselburgh, Edinburgh National coming your way there as well. And what a card at Wetherby too, by the way. Absolutely sizzling stuff. If the sand dunes are your thing, you can even go chasing a little bit of black type. Summergand, most popular horse we've ever had on this show, runs there. I think he's got a right chance as well. Like and subscribe, comment and share. That's what it's all about. You can do so. It's interactive. Let us know you're out there. This is your chance to be heard on a Saturday. When something reacts on a racecourse, so do we. We'll be giving tips in every single race. A reminder, we've partnered up with the IJF, the Injured Jockeys Fund, until Gold Cup Day, to try and make some money along the way. Let's get the graphics up then, and I shall tell you who is with me for the journey this afternoon. 1:20, our first race, a British Raider in a Grade 1. Grade 1's all over the place. Grade 1 panel, Charlie Poste. I mean, I had to look at you twice and think whether I should go with that, but let's go with it.
I think if the cap fits, I shall wear it.
You were a sturdy handicapper in your time, really, weren't you?
Well, I mean, I always thought I deserved an upgrade, if I'm honest.
Your second life is going that way, isn't it? I mean, lots of horses that you've broken, and once again, your Twitter's been insufferable this week. Station Yard graduate, Station Yard graduate, Station Yard graduate.
Yeah, I mean, Beachcomber, very impressive yesterday. I think third bumper winner from the 12 horses we bought in 2021.
Never undersell yourself.
I just can't understand why more British trainers aren't beating the door down to Station Yard to pick up these talented horses.
Well, I think that the more you come on here, the more it's very likely to happen. We're delighted to have Charlie Poste with us then. Charlie will be giving us, of course, race reactions as we watch through it, exactly what's going. Fixed odds, of course, that's the way forward. We'll be putting on our multiple very shortly. We've opened the floor for that, but let's go to Robbie Wilds as he joins us back.
Robbie Wilds is in. He's wearing his Ireland shirt.
I considered.
So, well, I thought I'd try and bring a bit of green to the studio today.
Considered putting my shades on when I came in the studio actually, but I think I'll go.
Yeah, this polarised opinion. I was thinking earlier. I don't think I've worn it since Marbella 2 in 2019.
I thought
it's a little bit tight.
I thought he was an extra from Happy Days and he was going bowling.
A lot of our viewers won't have
bit
a
former
clue
time.
The big Lebowski, because Lebowski runs today.
Yes.
You're Tim. Yeah, I love it. Are you a Tim Pin fan?
I like the film. Yeah, Big Lebowski, but
yeah, you're not tipping it today, are you?
Not the horse.
What is your 10-pin bowling like?
I'm not very coordinated, man.
Pretty good.
Actually,
I bet you go. Oh, I bet. Look, you said that, didn't you? With Venom, I bet you are absolutely.
What's your top score? 150.
200, mate.
You've done 200.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't have a clue. We're watching the first at Wetherby. Go on, mine's got into second. Go on, into Dan Skelton. Good thing. Listen, we're gonna have some fun this afternoon. Let us know what your naps are. We've got, of course, the big double, haven't we? Is there a treble? I suppose there isn't there. It's Lossiemouth, of course, coming up in the spring, the Grade 1. She's going to be hard to beat, isn't she? And, of course, GALOPIN, firming up those Gold Cup credentials. We'll be giving you anti-post price and reaction as the show goes along. Loads of racing everywhere. It doesn't have to be on the show today. Like I say, we're not just covering terrestrial races for you. A lot of people are moaning, why are they not doing all Leopardstown? We're going to cover it all for you, basically, right up until the Masters Chase at 3:30. And the Dan Skelton good thing goes in at Wetherby. Get up, Mush. Here we go. Happy days.
That is actually the name of the horse.
Hang on. Oh.
Let me tell you, Felicia Williams wins the second there as well. That's the nap of the weekend for me, Dave Orton. Let's hear from you then. Come on, get it in. We've got plenty of time. Let's get the lucky 15 up. I'm feeling good about today. We're going to have a great crack.
Good, yeah. I mean, Venetia, though, they're a bit quiet at the moment, aren't they?
Oh, pouring scorn, aren't you? Dan Skelton's got the hot pot, but I think Gemirand will go and win that. Don't never count out Venetia.
No.
Never. All right, there you go. On today's show, what's coming up for you then? We start off with the Novices Hurdle then. At 1:20, of course. I forget what it's called now. Is it the Nathaniel Lacey still these days?
Yeah, Nathaniel Lacey and solicitors.
There's been some proper feverish action going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
The markets are alive today, and so they should be. I think one of the best betting weekends I can remember. I know there's a couple of short parts. I said that to Johnny Deneen, who joined us on What a Show. He was like, well, I'm not sure if he's ever... But look, you don't have to, of course, play them. And away from that, the action is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, the 2-mile novice chase. I mean, like, as in, take Jambon out and... Jambon? Or
Jambon?
Yeah. That sound like
He'll be watching in his stable, Jambon, very keenly, won't he, the Irish Arkle?
What do you reckon he's going to make of it?
Well, I think he's going to be very happy with what he sees, personally. We'll be giving you tips in every single race, going down the panel, all right? Okay. Then what have we got coming up for you? The spring, that's Lossiemouth, isn't it? Edinburgh National. Ben Pauling's got a very good one in that, but it's a really good card up at Musselburgh as well. John McConnell takes a couple up there. The Irish Raider as well. Silly Isles Novice Chase. Will it be soft enough for Jerry Colombe? Great to see Gordon Elliott's unbeaten hot pot, an absolute worldie of a horse, isn't he? You're betting the ground in that, basically, but Grade 1 action at Sandown. Then comes up the Irish Arkle, Irish Gold Cup, but stick with us after that, because we've got the Masters, the 3:30 coming out. A couple of non-runners in that. Bangers and Cashes out. That was going to be one, a blow. What's Ben doing, do you think? It's not just the only horses that are out today. There's a little sort of Twitter rarty.
Yes, and you know how people want to draw conclusions. So
you love a conspiracy.
Do I?
You do. You're all over them. I watch you on Twitter.
Really?
You should really step away from the machine at times.
Do you reckon?
It's awful.
Like when? Give me an example.
I tell you, you're terrible. You love getting into an argument, wouldn't you? You know.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
love it.
Absolute fake news.
It's
Fake
all a conspiracy. With
No. No, as in I waded in about the whip thing today because
I bet that has given you a new lease of life, that whip debate, hasn't it?
Oh, what's your stance?
Well, just like what I've always said, it should have been if you go over 8, disqualified. Then no one would go over 5 or 6. All the nonsense about the height and the angle thing. I think it's just creating.
We've got 2 minutes
problems.
in, and he's already going on about the whip. Look, it's just getting boring now, isn't it?
I'll take to you with one in a minute.
So you can have a good go.
Yeah.
I don't think you can reach with those arms. All right, but Robbie, you're going to be controlling. We're going to advertise everything Racing Post. We've got all the guys on track. We're going to be giving you all the quotes as they come in, thick and fast. Sandown, David Jennings, of course, who enjoyed the morning show this morning. Paul Keeley over there with a great stellar cast. They'll be back tomorrow, of course, at 8:30 for that as well. It's all kicking off here. Let us know your naps, get them in. But right now, lucky 15 time then, guys. And we've put in our selections. And I must admit, I usually have a little peek over your shoulders and see what they are. Not today. I'm going in blind. But whose is the first leg? We've got Mission Control. Who's in Mission Control today? Sam Hart and Will Kerry. There we go, here we go. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so we've opened it up, the floor, the lucky 15, because it's the 3-man panel for you. We had 4, of course, with Millman and Batchin. Batch back tomorrow with Graham Rodway. And appreciate it. Oh, my Lord. So we've opened it up to the floor. Social pick for the lucky 15, for the Injured Jockeys Fund. We're going to put on... Are you ready to put this on, by the way?
Just a bit, mate, yeah.
All right, OK.
Right, let's
it's appreciated it's won the day, is it? Over Dice Art Dynamo, that Irish Arkle is.
So is this out of all the runners on today's card?
We've asked the viewers who they
any
would
selection,
like, and this is the most popular horse has come up, and it is appreciated.
Really?
So the poll's closed, yeah. So we're having appreciate it.
We're having appreciate it. Fine. Would you like to put him in?
Yeah, I'll put him in now, mate. Yeah, I'm just going to start populating the rest of the slip.
You do that, Rob. Look at that beautiful app there. If you haven't downloaded it, of course, do it on the Google Play Store. You can do it on the Google Store itself and Apple App Store and all that sort of thing. You can tell I'm a tech aficionado.
Yeah, I'd say your lad looks after these matters for you, doesn't he?
He certainly does. If they don't go into that, these kids, they know so much more about how to, iPads and anything like that. It's the Switch, I think that's what it is.
iPad's much easier to operate than Macs, I'll give you that.
It's the what?
You're delighted we don't have a Mac.
Switch.
Very much so. Nintendo Switch.
Switch and all that sort of thing. They can get it on the net.
I thought you were doing your changing the hands thing again.
No. Get up,
with a double handful.
on the bridle. Gemmeron's going to be on the bridle later. Will Jerry Colon be on the bridle? Probably the most polarising horse.
Are you with him?
I'm 100% with him. I've been with him all week.
Because of the lack of opposition, or because you think he's that good?
I think he'll get away. I think he's that good. Yeah. And I know that he's had a couple of problems. They think the deeper the better for him. But they must have seen every forecast that everyone else has been looking at. And big moment for Jordan Gainford in the plate as well, isn't it? That's at 2:20. The Sandown feature. So a very good novice hurdler. We'll get to that chasing fire as well. Looks like he might be going Ballymore for Ollie Murphy. He's having a blinding start to 2023, but it is appreciated. And is it logged?
It's logged. All right, now I'm taking control, mate. I want your selection for Lucky 15.
How scary. I'm going to go for it. This is also at Sandown today. It's not just Silly Isles Day, it's Dolos Day. All right? Who remembers this time 12 months ago? Paul Nicholls could not buy a winner. And it went all the way out to 14-1. It's one of my biggest regrets in life, I think. Not having a bit more confidence with my bet on Dolos. Having started last season going, Dolos has just got one day in him. He's going back. He's won it 3 times.
Your biggest regret wasn't leaving Basement Jacks before they got big?
No. That didn't fuss me as much as not getting as much on as I could at 14-1 on Dolos. But I think he wins today. He's drifted a bit in the market. Third time lucky he's in the race. A graduate of yours, and we'll talk about what you think about him coming up. But that is my leg.
He's
Dolos.
in the slip.
He's in the slip. I love it. All right. Would you like to continue?
No, I'll do the last one if that's all right, mate. Charlie, please.
Lebowski in the Scottish County Hurdle.
I'm liking that. You're going big?
16.
Oh, yeah.
Strike time.
Yeah. Kingpin.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, what a great film. And he's a horse I think that, as we saw at Weatherby on his return, He's just about becoming man from a boy now.
Yeah, he's upwardly mobile, isn't he? I think
yes.
there's plenty of upside to him still.
And I like these connections when they get one rolling like this as well. All right, so Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie Wiles to close the leg. Whoa, we've all been caught. I was going for. It's a fair bit shorter than I was hoping for, but we'll stay loyal. I suppose the fact that money's down is.
This has been whacked, hasn't it?
Yeah.
A British novice.
11-2 yesterday.
Yeah, things you love to see, though. No,
well, absolutely love to see this. Yeah, quite right. And then look, so much has been said about why more of us aren't going over. Look, we can debate that. We've got a little bit of gap at some point, I think, between the races to talk about what's going on and give you a review so far. Can you give us the prices? How much we having on?
I can, mate.
Jockey Fund.
I can, mate. Appreciate it. 7-4. Dolos 100-30. Lebowski 5-1. We've all been caught 100-30. And what are we having on? One each way?
Yeah. £1
30 quid outlay.
30 quid outlay, that'd be beautiful.
Returns 794.
Just under 8 tonne back. Okay.
Ooh, twin jets, are you going to get up?
No.
Paul Nicholls is winning the second race at Sandown, reversing that form with twin jets. A winner for the Manil family.
Yeah.
Which is good to see. All right, so look, we're kicking off 5 minutes away from Grade 1 action at Leopardstown. We've got Mission Control with us today. We've got you with us today. I've got the two boys next to me. Let's have some fun, shall we? This is what it's all about. The weather's getting a little bit better now, isn't it? Is it going to be a bit too lively out there today?
Yeah. I mean, well, I think Sandown will be fine, but I mean, there's no doubt there's no rain forecast for next week and beyond, and it's going to tighten up pretty quick. I'd say it's concerning for a lot of these big trainers with their big guns looking to get in the last prep runs before Cheltenham.
Oh yeah, and I don't know. We can never have our cake and eat it, can we, Rob? But this is what it potentially. I mean, in the old days, spring festivals used to be, punters, as far as I was concerned, used to pray for a good ground, Cheltenham. That was when the bookies.
It would always be wet.
They used to be.
Yeah,
because that's when all the good horses running on good ground, not getting tired, no fitness was no issue. All the best horses, the cream would rise on proper, safe, good ground at Cheltenham.
Yeah, you almost need to redefine the word good, don't you? Because it doesn't have the same connotations as it did 10 years ago.
You need to redefine the word yielding in Ireland, please, as well. Does anyone really know what yielding means? It's good to soft.
Softer than good to soft.
Yeah,
in between.
Means a bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
In between,
there's a bit of firm in there. A little bit of heavy.
You can just make it what you want.
12 mil, of course, on the chase course at Leopardstown. This is a meeting. This is the 6th edition of the Dublin Racing Festival, the DRF, as it's been termed. No, we're not in the States. And this is, it's been a brilliant inception, isn't it, I think? But historically, they have had a little trouble with the weather in the past, and they have had some really small fields before.
Yeah, do you remember that a few years ago where there was just like 3 runner Grade 1s? I think it's the day Road to Respect won the Irish Gold Cup. But they've obviously addressed it now by putting the water down, so it's good news. Yeah, Leopardstown's always a bit like that, isn't it?
Road to Respect could be named after your career so far.
Really? Thank you.
You're a loose cannon.
You're
learning the road to respect.
You're not seeing the shirt I'm wearing.
I mean,
still a loose cannon. Although I'm compliant. I'm compliant with Racing Post protocol in the studio.
Because you've got your collars on.
Because the collars on.
And of course, you have been with the Lebowski before. I think the first time I watched it with me, it was 33-1. Was it in a Grade 1 or was it Tolworth?
Yeah, no, it was in the EBF final.
Yeah, and you went to whack it out the park, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think it pulled up.
Yeah.
oh, certainly.
It was a gutter ball.
It was absolutely.
Yeah, mate, he's proved himself. He's proved that he was well handicapped that day. It just wasn't the correct day.
All right, they're going down to the start then for the first. It's great to have Robbie. It's great to have Poste. And like I say, it's lovely to have you out there. It's been really well received, this new style Racing Post Live we've got this afternoon. Let's have some fun. We go all the way up to Gold Cup Day. I think we're going to do the Grand National for you as well. Maybe beyond that as well. So much new content coming your way here at the Racing Post. It's a members club read at the moment as well. 50% off your first 3 months. You can get involved. Download the new app. You'll find it there. New website this week as well. It went down a little bit better than the new app did. We changed the app. I mean, we could literally change a font and the world would go mad out there. And people don't like change, I get it. But, we've got to innovate, right?
100%, yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure what's not to like about the app, to be honest.
It's the sort of thing, it changes the big thing. It's the sort of thing you look back in 5 years and think, wow, this is so much better than the old one. But it's just going to take a little while for some people to adapt. But
well, I think we're certainly getting there. And look, we're adding to this website. That's the thing. The tools that are coming your way. I've seen the Science Locker, and it's an exciting place to be at the moment. Right, going around at the start. Are we all on our favourite friend here?
I'm amazed about this. We've all been caught. Is that where we're all going?
We've all been caught by the British novice. I mean, look, this is great to see him going over. His form was boosted no end, wasn't it, at Cheltenham with Rock My Way. That was a great moment for Sid Hosey in the last race that we covered for you in the Ballymore Trial, the Grade 2 itself, of course, at Cheltenham. He won that really, really well. He pushed We've all been caught all the way to the line. Everyone was like, oh, Sid Hosey 6-6-1. But if you looked at his point form, he should never have been 6-6-1. It was only about connections. We've all been caught. He's a proper good horse. He found it too sharp behind Hermes Allen when he chased him home on his rules debut over hurdles. And we saw him what he's all about. I love him. It's just whether there's something with a racier motor here.
Yeah, I mean, and the difficulty is a lot of these up against him have just won a maiden hurdle or something, haven't they? So we're unsure as they're coming in to jump away, Dave.
All right, we're off and running then. DRF is underway. 8 Grade 1s plus 1 from Sandown as well. Does Willie Mullins win them all? And the first thing to say, Sam Twiston-Davies takes it up, ball by the horns. On we go. Great to see Good Land. Very talented horse for Barry Connell. A little bit keen, just off them. And the unpronounceable horse of Willie Mullins.
Quai de Paris.
Oh, you've absolutely
really
been
nice.
practicing that over on the way up.
Oh, yeah.
This is a horse that, of course, won at 6-1 on at Tremor on the opening day of the year, and he scraped time, but I think that form's better than it looks, and he definitely wants a trip. He's the danger for me. Sandor Clegane, bidding to sit on the throne. Of
Really
course,
nice.
you know your references.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know if you were a Game of Thrones.
Oh, I'm a Game of Thrones.
watcher, yeah?
I was sold.
There's been quite a few horses named after Game of Thrones characters, hasn't there?
Absolutely. Why not? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Absolutely. And
Ned
Sandor Clegane
Stark.
was a right old boy, wasn't he?
The Hound.
The Hound.
Yeah.
All right, lads, enough of your fantasy world. Let's concentrate on the game.
Range Clare West, of course, very disappointing last time before he was, of course, that run. The Ballymore favourite. He's at the back bidding to bang back. Cool Survivor. Johnny Deneen said to me yesterday, he's the one horse that cannot win. And Deep Cave for Henry de Bromhead and Rachel Blackmore. What a big weekend it is, of course, because Honeysuckle features up against Stateman tomorrow in the Irish Champion Hurdle.
She's going to win.
She's going to win.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I think I'm going to tip her as well.
Play Chalet.
All right, what sort of tempo are we going here, Rob?
I don't know. Don't have a clue, mate.
What sort of gallop? Are you not interested
I
in
don't know.
that sort of
Well,
stuff?
yeah, of course, yeah.
I
But
know you don't do
no,
analysis.
it's hard to tell without the speed. Now, when I can see a speed, I'll sort of know, but it's not flash.
I'd say we've got a sensible tempo at the moment.
Yeah.
Like all horses travelling well, like nothing overly keen.
Thank God the
and
jockey
horses
coach
good
has come
rhythm.
in here
Yeah.
because, you know,
And
you're
you've got to say, we've all been caught. He's got a lovely way of going,
he's
Dave,
jumping
hasn't he?
beautifully, isn't he? They bought him to be a Gold Cup horse, paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah.
His form's working out left, right and centre. This was just, I mean, forget the fact that we're all on it. Of course, we're playing for the Racing Post Live Trophy, of course. We'll bring that up. I'll update you on last weekend's
I don't
scores,
need
by the way.
updating.
Oh, it's a beautiful score.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful score out there. It's 5 points for the win. You could play along as well. And again, we might even include the crowd with that going along. But look, you can see the races off. There are your starting prices, basically. That's what they went off in the end. No American Mike. No Moran horses, of course, throughout today, maybe tomorrow as well. But now we've all been caught. Just trying to ramp it up a bit, Posty, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. I mean, like I say, everything has jumped pretty well. These are embryonic chasers. I mean, Sandor Clegane trapped a little bit wide under the track under Sean
He's a
O'Keefe.
tad lit up as a result, Robbie, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, mate. Want to see a little bit more pace injected, actually, yeah.
He's just jumping him like a chaser, Posty, isn't he?
Very much so,
Up
yeah.
front.
Yeah, Cool Survivor a little bit sloppy there on the hurdle away from the stands, and he
Look at that
whips
crowd.
them all in.
Absolutely glorious day at Leopardstown. If you're there, let us know. We'd love to know where you're watching the show. A lot of people take us out on the phones with headphones, earpods, all that sort of stuff. Welcome along. If you haven't got pictures, we will, though, tell you your runners going on now. Posty, take up the mantle, my son.
Well, again, at the moment, we're sitting pretty, aren't we? We've all been caught. Has got into a lovely rhythm under Sam Twiston-Davies, travelling strong, jumping accurately and cleanly. Good Land, the very exciting son of Blue Brazil, who's taken the whole racing world by storm as a sire right now, follows him through. Quai de Paris has been on the fence, box seat the whole way, and he travels strongly. And Sandor Clegane in fourth.
That was again, he was a little bit sticky there. We wouldn't be calling him fluent at the moment, but they're all keen in behind. When do you think the cavalry are going to attack him, Rob? I'd be a little bit worried now about Weevil.
It looked like they're about to stretch out a bit, but they're bunched up again
Sloppy
now.
there.
So.
He's getting into the bottom of all his hurdles. The engine, I mean, in between the hurdles, there's only one winner here. Quai de Paris on the inside, then being ridden for stamina, first time over the trip. Good Land, so impressive, wasn't he? The form's mixed though, of course.
Is, yeah.
He had some good bumper form, but Tagman last time, the horse he beat, ran an absolute shocker on on his next start. So
I just wonder if we've all been caught racing a bit lazy, and it actually might help Sam Twiston-Davies if something came alongside him, give him something to aim at.
Sam's the kind of jockey you want, though, for this, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he's got absolutely up and down. Grange Clare West, the first then to spike. No one can have him at the moment at the back. He's on and off the bridle. Cool Survivor still the back marker. Sandown again continues to catch the eye. Paul Nolan, his trainer, one previous runner in this race. It was Latest Exhibition who took it out, of course. That brilliant horse, ill-fated. Right, what else is this? Absolute Notions. He was a big prize for the Elliott team. Now we're getting there. You've got to jump this second last, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds a bit silly, but it's a crucial.
They're all there to be
crucial
jumped,
jump.
Dave.
They're all there to be jumped. Sandock again looks the winner to my eyes. We've all been caught. He looks a little bit slow of anything. Good jump, though. Not too bad. He's going to go out on his shield, whatever happens here.
He's going to keep
Good
staying
Land
on.
is the speed horse, and he goes past willingly. I think, We've all been caught's gone out massive now on the exchange. All right, it's between Nolan, it's between Barry Connell. Look at, what's this on the outside? Rachel Blackmore coming as well. Kay de Parry has not got home. Big flop there. First bit of news. Mullins will not be winning all the 8 Grade 1s on the weekend. Let's get that one out of the way. But at the moment, Good Land, the 7-year-old, he's got them all cold, hasn't he?
Yeah, we're looking that way.
Absolute
Jump at the last, jumps the last.
Absolute Notions, who's got the graded form, will be the finisher. Sandock gains a little
for a
bit
closer.
Looks like he wants further. But this is a proper animal. They've got Marine Nationale, of course, for the Supreme. Will they be taking out the Ballymore or even maybe the Albert Barlow? Who likes this then? Off we go, these famous colours. And what a celebration that was from Michael O'Sullivan. Wow, a very, very smooth performance there, lads.
Yeah, another top ride by a very talented young rider.
Again, loads of people talking about him.
You know, I think he still claims 5, and he's in here with no claim with the big boys, and that was a race of proper poise, calmness, and great timing. Thought eye catcher Dave there. Cool Survivor stayed on late in the day, nearly got back up for 3rd.
Johnny Deneen.
He got it right,
in Dublin, giving it the old woo.
He still got it right.
He still got it right.
Couldn't win, he didn't.
Yeah, of course. Loads of love out there.
Good run from Absolute Notions. He's only a 5-year-old, very inexperienced still.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, that race historically, Gaillard de Menil has won it. Some very, very good horses have won that. Have we seen, I guess, the question out there, guys, a Cheltenham Festival winner there? That's that's the Absolute Notions gives it a bit of solidity.
Yeah, is he more? Will we see more of an Albert Bartlett trial there?
I think he's quite quick this one.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
He got them all for speed, didn't he, going in? I mean, he broke We've All Been Caught.
Is Hermes Allen worrying or not?
Probably not.
It wasn't really pulling away from him, Good Land. He just did what needed to be done. So, I don't know.
Barry Connell, of
very
course,
good horse, though.
used to ride the bumper horses, do you remember?
Yeah.
We were sort of laughing, aren't we? Because David Maxwell used to get a lot of stick, but blimey, so did Barry Connell. But he's always spent a lot of money, put his money where his mouth. A little bit like Sid Ozzie, these owners just like, well, I'll do it myself then.
Yeah.
That's awfully impressive, being able to just turn your hat. I don't know where Connell made his fortune, but...
you can find that, by the way, and that's a lovely link you've got there, because this new website, the Racing Post, we've got our library has just gone huge. All of our articles, I think, dating back to God knows when, you can find. So type in Barry Connell, and we've done some great
there'll be a
features on it
feature.
before. I'm pretty sure he's a trader. Or something
really?
like that. I think he was. He tried to be a bookmaker, I think, at one point as well, and basically made his fortune. Who did he used to have horses with? Desi Hughes, of course,
He had Mags Mullins. He used to have.
Mags Mullins.
He had one with Elliott. I think did he have one with Mullins as well?
I'm sure he's had horses with them all, doesn't he?
Yeah, I remember Martello Tower's the first one I remember.
Yeah.
The one
Great shout, the Albert Bartlett under a young Danny Mullins.
Yeah.
And his son.
What was that? The Tullow Tank. He was pretty.
Hello, Robbie. There's something about this shirt, isn't there?
And he won.
You.
What was also won the novice handicap chase at the festival? Dennis O'Regan.
Yeah. Yeah. Please, some purist will know. Type in on the YouTube.
This is where we need our social land out there, our community, to tell us, because we've got so much going on. Let's have a look then. There it is. Good Land, the first favourite. Wow. Okay, and 3-1 at that. We've got some shorties. There will be some books all of a sudden looking at each other in the ring at Leopardstown. I think coming. Hang on a minute. Give us a chance. They probably fancied a result there in that race, didn't they?
I mean, bar maybe the 2-mile novice chase. It was the one where you thought the favourite could be got at a bit, didn't you? Whereas there's a couple today, as we move through the card, that look very, very difficult to see beyond.
Do you think the ground caught a few of them out?
What is the actual description now?
Yielding. So it's a little bit of everything, according to Poste. They've got snow there as well, according to Poste. But yielding, I think we can call that good to soft, isn't it? It's basically dry and soft.
It should be fine for all of them, really, shouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. A lot of these horses have been, I don't want to say plodding along, but they've been ploughing through the mud in Ireland.
They didn't pick up that much.
I thought Grange Clare West looked like he was caught down. I wonder if Sandown Clegane, and even we've all been caught a little bit. You know, I'm sure on New Year's Day at Cheltenham it was rougher than that, wasn't it? I don't know.
It possibly was, but I mean, I thought it looked like that was still hard work. I mean, it'd be interesting to get some comments, won't it?
Have we seen a championship winner in that race?
I think
in the race as a whole.
In the race as a whole, is there a championship?
I've always loved Absolute Notions. We did like 1, 2, 3 for the weekend. I had him second. I didn't really mention him there. But he won that Punchtown bumper last year so easily on his debut.
He was second in the Navan hurdle, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Behind 3-Car Bragg, who's gone out and won it. And in the pocket runs.
There's a lot.
Who's he running against? He's
in the pocket.
Good Land. I always think like age is kind of a big thing. Because Good Land's 7 and Absolute Notions 5. So
it can confound you a little bit. I used to play the age game a little bit historically. Let's have a look at what 7-year-olds
run off the level weight.
Latest exhibition, Outlander was 7-year-olds, who you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Appreciate It won the. I mean, he was the one that busted it for me. Appreciate It when he won at a Supreme Novice Hurdle. I know he was miles the best horse in the race, but you didn't usually tend to win that with 7 and 8-year-olds in particular.
Yeah, I'm more mean going the other way. Like when you're younger, you in theory should be open to a bit more physical sort of development, shouldn't you?
Let's have a look at the horse then, Good Land, before we move on, and we're going to get some social interaction from you guys out there, I'm hearing as well.
Bryony Frost has taken a very heavy fall there at Musselburgh.
Did she?
Yeah.
All right, let's hope Bryony's all right, because the Nichols team go hard at Musselburgh this weekend, don't they? Because the ground's thought to be better.
Good Land's 5-1 for the Albert Bartlett.
He would be unbeaten in his last 4 starts had he completed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, okay.
I'm just very impressed by Connell just coming in and.
But I mean, I'm just going to chuck it. We don't know what his team is like at home. I mean, it could be Barry Connell in name, but there could be someone operating the army. A bit
like Sid Hosey. That's why I said it. You know, because Sid Hosey used to have his horses with lots of people. It didn't work out. He kept moving them, and they just went all right. By the yard, maybe
got a bit of time on my hands. I remember Barry Connell had a guy called Alan Fleming training his horses for a couple of years, he just sort of like faded out of the picture.
Yes, he did. Alan Fleming was a former jump jockey, wasn't he? And he had his own horses in his own right, I seem to remember.
Did he not train for Andrew Waits for a while as well?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
the black colours.
The Rough Quest colours.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we digress. All right. Our next race, we're going to stick at Leopardstown, but we've got it all on here now.
I thought we're going to Sandown.
Are we going to Sandown next?
Yeah.
Oh, is it
the
the 145 next? Oh, Dolos Day.
Dolos Chase.
You've let us down in the Lucky 15, but before we go on about that, a reminder that you can sign up to a members club, then that wonderful offer is out there if you're not. Al Parks, well, I asked where you're watching from. Al is our man in Melbourne. I'm on your tip here, hoping for a good start to the night. Well, we've got a bit of credit for you, Al. Australia here. Welcome along, Australia, to the show. Who else we got? Marlon, another classic. He's from Barb's. Hi from Barbados. Hope we get lots of winners. Absolutely, Marv. Great to have you on, Miles. And hi, I'm Stu. Good luck, folks, wherever you've gone. Wherever you are, wherever you've gone. Cheers, Stu. And hi. Welcome along. Let's hear from more of you. Can't have Dolos, says Mally D. I can see that. 3rd time lucky, back to winning ways. There is the market, and I'm very surprised that Dolos is not favourite here.
Yeah, I just feel like this is a much better race than the last few that Dolos has won.
What are you on about, man?
No, I mean, you're sort of looking at it and thinking like Dolos has to win this, but you got horses like Red Rookie. Like I can see why there's a lot of money around. He was going well in the Arkle last season, wasn't he? When falling at the last, he's off 138.
All right, let's go to the man who knows him best, because you, of course, failed to get him to win in a point-to-point, and before selling him for stupid money. And
stupidly small money, yeah.
Well, I know, that's what I'm talking about. You let yourself down.
Yeah.
Frank must have been livid.
For a change.
But like every good pinhooker and like every good point-to-point trainer, you revved him up, obviously, because he's now showing himself to have been overcooked when they bought him, and because he has lost his way.
Has he lost his way, or is there a plan in mind?
Well, why did this plan come about? Because he ran so bad in the Holden Gold Cup on the start of the season.
I just think, again, probably 2-1 on a stiff track. He didn't see it out.
Never really like proper soft ground either.
No, he hasn't. And there's no doubt he's a bit of a short runner. He's all speed horse, isn't he? He's a ball of energy. And he doesn't tend to find a heap off the bridle.
Yeah.
At Ascot, I thought he travelled very well. And he came down. I mean, he's down 10 already from the start of the season, which is unbelievable, really. And I thought he ran all right at Warwick. You know, he travelled like the second best horse in the race.
Yeah. Well, you're still, quite close to the horse. I mean,
but my feeling would be that there is probably a spring target in mind.
What is
the
that?
operation.
I mean, you said it on Twitter apparently, haven't you, this morning? See, I told you, step away.
I haven't said it
Oh no, I was just speculating. I was thinking.
Did you guess it?
Well, no, we're chatting about this
That
a
was
few
100
weeks.
to
We're
1,
chatting
he
about this
guessed
a
right.
few. Well, nah, I know how these trainers' minds work a little bit. Well, I'm thinking like he's like a good ground, good soft ground horse. So you're thinking Aintree, Red Rum, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he's
That
off
race would suit very well.
He's off 143 now. You know, if he was down to 140, I mean, £13 low in the start of the season.
That would be an open handicap, isn't it? It's a great.
Yeah, so he'd be in off a lovely weight, wouldn't he?
Lovely. Yeah. And
So I would imagine
Delia's put this up big time.
But there's every chance if he travels strong and whatever else, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm not putting him up.
I'm on Dolos. You don't like Dolos, but
No. I do like Dolos.
You can't
It's just one of
backtrack
those races where like the top 4, I think, could all win.
Tracker.
Yeah, he's going to put.
No,
he wants to put.
no.
He wants to put 4 up now. He said there's 4 of them to win.
No, my point
How
is.
many runners are there? 8.
He doesn't want this to be Racing Post live.
This isn't a betting race, but
I think
if I was
it is.
having one, it'd be Red Rookie. But having said that, the price is also gone, just like we've all been caught.
Red Rookie likes it here.
This
This
fella was.
Can you put the bet on, please, for the injured
yeah.
jockeys fund? We'll have £10 on Dolos, please.
Yeah,
That
sure.
is the team bet going on in here.
I started doing the iPad passcode as my own passcode. That's not going to work, is it?
I mean, you just saw what our screensaver was there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Lovely one, which was
sorry
a
about
lovely
that production.
While
tips
Robbie
going on
gets the
here.
bet on, this is up at Weatherby, by the way. This is my nap of the week. Sorry, I thought this was Sandown. We've got plenty of time for Sandown. This is Gemiron's race coming up, and he's going to win. I think, I hope. But we're talking about the 145 at Sandown. Red Rookie then, Tom Bellamy. He's a bit of an in-and-out horse for Emma Lavelle, but on his day, he's decent. He's well fancied day because the market's found him. Dolos has drifted all the way out, basically. I say all the way out. He was a 14-1 shot when he won this last year. I still struggle with that one because all year he runs at Ascot, and you just think, well, it's just going back to Sandown. But if you remember this time last year, Paul Nicholls, when he inoculated his horses, gave him the flu jab and all that sort of thing, he couldn't buy a winner. And even on this day, he had a couple of disappointments. What was the horse he had in the Scilly Isles that ran terribly? Pictory.
Yes.
And this was the one horse that won, and we just had small stakes on it. And we've been saying it all year. You know what it's like, punters, don't you? You see a target, and then you sort of talk yourself out of it. Stable form is one of the biggest red herrings of all.
But yeah, agreed. And like you say, sometimes it can be that bloody obvious that you think it's too obvious, don't you? I mean, like he's won this 3 times and been second twice.
Yeah, and when he was second, he was £12 higher.
Yeah.
So does it? Even if this does look like a slightly better race, I think he still wins it. And in the Holden Gold Cup behind...
There was nothing wrong with that.
Greenentine, he travelled like a beaut.
And there wasn't anything wrong with his run in the Desert Orchid either.
This is all good. I think this is next best of the day.
Like,
If he doesn't beat Red Rookie, I think I've got great cause to be very disappointed.
when I saw it at the start of the week, you're thinking like, yeah, Dolos is going to win, isn't it? Because he's so well handicapped. But
You've overcomplicated it again.
there's a lot of good horses in this.
Such as...
Like he's been found a pretty strong 2-mile handicap to win.
Well, Eclair Daney for the Skeletons.
Yeah, that's a good horse as well.
It just went, it might be a bit quick, and this is maybe a step up in class for him. Kilteely
Yeah,
Briggs,
too
he
quick.
wants it softer, I think.
Yeah.
The Widowmaker's had his win done since
Yeah, he was like a great
Interesting,
horse
I thought.
almost.
I thought he was slightly
He
interesting.
likes the ground.
Yeah, and he's going to be a prominent runner, isn't he?
Is there any horse that Adam Wedge does ride that you don't fancy? Because you are such a big Adam Wedge fan.
I'm a massive Adam Wedge fan.
You are?
Yeah.
Admits
You're a
it.
wedgie.
I'm glad to see. I mean, he had a heavy fall on the bumper yesterday.
Did he? That was a bit messy at Chepstow, wasn't it? Tom Scuba came down as well, didn't
Yeah, I mean, I think the horse must have put his foot in a bit of false ground or caught his toe, and he came down the flat. Luckily, horse and jockey both all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Ferrero Bamboo is in here, who disappointed me last time, and I think over this trip he wants definitely
Too fast.
A lot of people weren't happy with Charlie Deutsch's ride on that last time. I thought it was a bit over-egged by you out there, if you were slanging him on that. But I think he will find us a bit too fast. Fast Buck is interesting.
Yeah, he won so easily last time, didn't he?
And he has come down a mile in the handicap
Yeah.
because, Mullins, you used to think quite a bit of him as a hurdler.
That's
How's
what I
Gemiron
mean.
going at Weatherby,
It's a
by the
really
way?
good race. So I wouldn't be 100% confident Dolos is going to get it done. It'd be a nice sort of story and stuff.
Oh my God,
You know,
it
we'll
was
see.
good.
That was a soaring leap.
We're watching Weatherby.
Oh yeah, this is your
This is the Nat. This is the What a Shot.
Gemiron.
The
So
Nat.
what are you putting up? Red Rookie in this?
Red Rookie, but
Because we are playing for points in here, guys. We are playing for points. Look, this is These are the team tips. Dolos, red rookie. And it's 5 points for win. Did you hear about what happened last weekend?
Oh, you're still going on about this.
I mean, it was
Rodder's
quite
finished
glorious.
last,
I got headed going into the last race, and Matty Batch thought he had it. Having come from nowhere, Rodders was tailed off. And look, oh, there we are. And rocked my way. Came and did me good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's nothing more satisfying than when you're playing a game or running a race like that. I'm sure as a jockey, when you got headed,
Yeah.
you knew you
Battle
still
back.
had more in the
Yeah.
locker. And I got back up on the line. And we'll be doing a big scoreboard of that as we go on throughout the season. I mean, this is just an absolute good thing.
Great lead, that.
Yeah, and Jetwell missed
He
out
loves
big
the ground
time.
as well. Anyway, so there we go. These are the RP Live trophies. We'll get the trophy up in a bit. That was last week's score. Great to have James Millman. He was a little bit, like he does that a lot, doesn't he?
Good impression, actually.
Yeah. He's a little bit.
You made him sound like
nasally.
Mr. Burns off The Simpsons there or something.
One day he will look like that.
Mark Corrigan from Peep Show.
One day he will look like that. All right, okay, so there they are. Of course, you can get Tom Siegel price-wise if you're a members club, and of course you get the Sizzlers as well. I wonder how Kills is doing over in Dublin. He's got another show to do tomorrow. As they come to the fourth last in the 135 at Weatherby. Go on, Jammeron, up you go. He's beaten our Jet before. Warlord, by the way, I thought was the danger. And the grey is now potentially coming back. But come on, up you get. Come on, this could be 2 winning. What a shout, naps in a row. I mean, this is an absolute. You went on about Venetia's out of form.
Yeah.
This has taught them a new one.
Okay.
What are you still thinking?
Jet's not done.
To go. Oh, look at this. This is all over.
I don't know
this
if
is
it is,
absolutely
mate.
brilliant.
No, it is.
Look at this. This is great, isn't it?
Fair play, good shout.
Yeah.
Did you have a little double,
This
did
is
you?
called What a Shout, isn't it?
Look.
Oh! He was a little bit
Yeah,
brave there. I can't remember a better jumping round around Weatherby than that.
Every dog has his day.
Took that one.
I think maybe one man, the Charlie Orr, was better for me.
How many has he won by? 10?
No.
Fair play to you.
8?
8.
Oh, well, look, you know. That's what was the nap last week as well? Was it Il Rodotto? Oh, it was.
Ooh.
You can't blow your own trumpet. Wilders was about to blow his own trumpet there. What is that, a trumpet,
Big
is it?
flask, yeah. It is big, isn't it?
Vegan-
I was in the gym
flask.
early. I was in the gym early on the bike. I couldn't even fit it in the bike holder.
Yeah, all right.
Quite annoying.
Apparently we've got an advert to come up as well. We've got adverts on the show. Do you want to see an advert? Let's get an advert up, shall we? Mission Control. Are we doing the advert? There we are. Stay ahead of the field. Wasn't that good fun? There you go. Apparently they couldn't hear us do that. I was talking you through it.
Yeah,
as well.
I
Rosie
heard them
Marge
say
said-
that.
Did you? You
Yeah,
heard them say
and
that.
Oh, yeah.
I heard you
I'm the
chuck
hip
tweet
tweet.
on. Yeah.
I thought our producer just said that because he just didn't want to hear what I was saying,
The
basically.
other thing to say is, here's the trophy. It's come back and it's in its rightful home. Dave Orton's got it at the moment and he's going to keep it there, hopefully all day.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gemron wasn't contributing to that, mate. So
No.
It wasn't on
we're-
this show. It
at the
wasn't.
moment, it's still
Which you're
0-0.
delighted about.
It's still 0-0 because we've all been caught. So
0-0-0.
0-0, yeah.
It's 0-0-0. Nil point at the moment, I'm afraid. But
Let's
the
get
only
some
way is up.
we'll get some points on the board after this, surely.
Get some pois on
We're
the
going to get.
board.
I think between us, we've got one either Red Rookie or Dolos to finish in the first 3, isn't there?
Oh, okay, Al. I
have it.
hope down under you had that one. Well done, Gemma on Dave, says Chris Timms. Grab some 9 to 4 just before the off. Happy days. Okay, and apparently on the podcast, I'm seeing from Dim that Keith Melrose is coming back this month. Guess what day he's coming back for regular viewers? He tipped long till May at Musselburgh.
What day is he coming back?
Laura Morgan's horse.
Yeah.
Again, favourite trainer, Laura Morgan.
Yeah. Disappointed me in the week.
Well, disappointing us both.
Yeah.
Because one of your ex-graduates.
Look like how far jumping too out.
How far? What's it called again?
Dondium.
Dondium. Stank in the market. You weren't on this time.
Looks soft, I thought.
Unless you were pressing the other button, of
Looks
course.
soft.
It did look a bit soft, yeah. That was on Ben Bowie, wasn't it? The Keithleys are having a good.
They are. And that was a good performance.
Back on the lash.
Yeah.
What show's Keith on?
Keith's on the podcast this week.
No. I mean, you said
He's
he's
coming
coming
back
in.
for his favourite day of the whole entire year. 365 of them, and he's got the Ida Day.
Oh
what,
yeah.
that
Oh,
is
he
a
nailed
serious
He
betting
nailed
weekend.
Win My Wings at 25s and that last year.
It's annoying, bro.
He's so good in those staying chases.
Dower.
He's your boss as well, so you've got to.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but I also wind him up a little bit.
I wonder what he makes of that shirt.
Well, it's nice on some of the gear he wears, mate. That's
Shall
for
I
sure.
give you a quote for Good Land?
Yeah.
Looks like Ballymore's the plan we're hearing, by the way, guys, for good land, which makes a lot of sense to me. Look fast on that ground. 9-2 from 10s.
Yeah, did give you one earlier, but fair enough.
9-2 from 10. Did you shout it out?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, you're playing
That's
the
all right,
rep
mate.
game,
Price
are you? Oh, sorry, I missed that. You can do it all afternoon if you like.
No, you're the presenter, mate. I couldn't do what you do. I don't think many in the world could.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, Wilders. But look, right, we've got Sandown coming on. We've got the railway fences coming up for the first time. Thank God Postie's here because I never know where they are.
I can point them out to you, yeah.
You please point them out to me. And we are going to get a steer on the ground on the chase course, all right?
Who from?
Well, from this race.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I thought you meant you had someone there.
Lined up. Andrew
the ground.
Cooper's on the line.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Wi-Fi's so bad at race courses. It's a bit treacherous.
Why
trying
is
to
that?
Get people on. They're bad at football grounds. They're bad at rugby grounds, and they're terrible. I don't know what it is. In this day of 5G, why can't we have better Wi-Fi? It's a massive gripe of mine. Absolutely horrendous.
But at least you can wear what you want now.
Well, we can talk about that. I mean, he would now
That
get.
would
He would now get
not in these sweatpants.
Shall we save that chat for after this race?
Yeah, we shall.
Because
Fastbuck is being kept away from the rest, by the way,
We'll
guys.
save that for that big interval from the half 2 to the 3:05.
Oh, there is one, is there? There's a nice
quite a big interval, yeah.
Lovely. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll have a little review of what's going on. We'll look at the Cheltenham anti-post prices and updates and all that sort of stuff. And we'll hear from you as well. Keep coming up. Who's got the ACCA on today? What's the ACCA of the weekend? That's an interesting one, isn't it? Lossymouth, Galopin, Facile? Or is it Lossymouth, Galopin, Blue Lord? Or is it all four? I mean, that's the dream mug treble this weekend, isn't it? As they call it.
That is one of the races that's a bit disappointing, isn't it, the Blue Lord race? Like, as in...
terrible.
Well, he was either going to have Shacken and Energamine taking on Blue Lord. That was never going to happen. It's just lack of top two-mile chasers.
You say that, but I think Mullins isn't actually... He's not really scared to put his horse against each other, as he's proven today in that novice chase.
Yeah, that's...
I'd have chucked one of those in the Dublin chase. Like Appreciate or something. Why not?
I just think Blue Lord's ready to really show himself to be a proper championship two-miler now. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Here we go. Flag's up.
Coming up here. Cannot wait. Flag is up, and Fastbuck kept away from the rest, but off he goes. Jamie Moore got the ride on that for Jane Williams. Interesting jockey book in that. And he's going to try not to lead, actually, Jamie, but he's tear away, and he's absolutely flown it all over the first. First time, like, he sort of ballooned it a bit out of the back, but we know that he's going to wait. So the Widowmaker goes on then at the moment from Kilteely Briggs, another horse that likes to run one way, and that's up front. But I don't think Jamie Moore can do a lot about it, actually. Whoa, Ferrero Rambo. Charlie Deutsch called a cab, as we call it. Eclair Dene on the outside, looking for Dolos. He's on the inside, bidding for 4 wins in this race is the mighty Dolos. The team bet for the charity of choice all the way up to the Cheltenham Festival is the Injured Jockey Fund. Let's have some in-running socials as well from you out there. What do you think of your selections in the run? The guys in Mission Control will try and put them up for us. The race is off. There are your starting prices. What are you thinking, Charlie Poste, as he goes on the buck?
I thought a decent gallop been said early, that there was quite a lot of competition for the early lead, but Fastbuck takes them along as they turn down the hill to the cross fence. I think Dolos has got plumb seat. We're very happy there. Harry Cobden down the inner. Widowmaker chasing through. I thought Ferrero Bamboo made a mistake because he's almost going quicker than he wants to. And the Dan Skelton pair, Eclair Dane and Third Time Lucky, follow them all through.
Oh, you're prepping, aren't you, for your 5 Live stint? He's at 5 Live all week, by the way, at the Cheltenham Festival. But you're doing the Monday show for us, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I mean, Fastbuck came up out of Jamie Moore's hands there.
Is this a bad thing at Sandown when they crack on, do you reckon?
Do I think it's a bad thing?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it can be a very good tactic.
I think he's just let him get on with it now. He's not fighting him, is he, Moore?
I would argue that he's possibly over. You know,
he's gone
doing
6
more than
clear
he
of
wants
Dolos and the Widowmaker, and Red Rookie now warming up nicely as well. Was you expecting Robbie Wilders?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a well-handicapped horse. I didn't really expand on my case for him too much.
This is the time, as we approach the railway
He just
fences.
didn't really
No, we don't.
What?
No, we've got the water yet.
Okay, I got it wrong again. I mean, where are these railway fences? Get on with it. Go on, Rob.
Yeah, right.
What?
I mean, he was a progressive novice last season. He was running a good race in the Arkle before coming down to the last. His return at Chepstow, 2 mile 3 is a little bit far. He's an out-and-out 2-miler. Just think he's better than this mark.
He can make a Horlicks. He's got a couple of letters in his form figures, isn't he, which I worry about. Ferrero Bamboo just starting
Jumping
to warm
nicely here, though.
I'm totally sure how Dolos is going, Posty, on the inside.
No, you can see Harry Cobden there. Often when he's wanting to squeeze on with his heels, his knees come out a bit. You can see the gap between his knees and the saddle.
He looks like Andrew Thornton.
Good observation.
No, he doesn't.
But now Dolos is warming up now.
Eclair Dane not gone at all.
What? Let's get on. Let's get on. Third time lucky, Cam, out the back. This is the railway fences now. Then over they go. This is the last of them coming up. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Boom, got it right. And Fastbuck absolutely came out of Jamie Moore's hands there, and he's got about 5 lengths as they approach the climb to the world-famous one. Donos is gone.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's unbelievable. Donos has absolutely had a shocker. He's 14-1, but he's all the way out to 14s on the exchange at the moment. Third time lucky, and Kilteely Briggs are going to take his measure. Not Donos day today. Tears in the eyes, but Fastbuck at the moment. Loads of you in the community out there on YouTube fancied it. You've got Red Rookie hunting you down, Robbie Wilders.
Yeah, he's looking good. I think I'm probably on the winner here, gents.
Oh, calm.
Although the Widowmaker is running a screamer, really.
Yeah, the wind up is working on that so far, and it's your man, Wedgie.
Third time lucky, also hunting into the race.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting watch, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one to keep an eye on this.
Keelan Woods is doing his very, very best to time it very right, or he's thinking about Aintree. It's one or the other. I say he's going to finish strong, guys. 2 out then, Fastbuck. What a sight he's made. Now Red Rookie is feeling it. The
Widowmaker's gone.
Unfortunate for him when he was only booked for third at best. Now third time lucky, he's going to have to find something. Keelan Woods is on the bridle on the inside. Oh no, he's gone. Here we go. Fastbuck, if you're on this. Could Keeley be him right? Oh, and he dived at it third time lucky. Fastbuck's got him cold, I think. What will he find up the hill? Here comes the close. He's going to do it, lads. Third time lucky it is.
Go on, third time lucky.
Now you're shooting. Now you can get going.
Oh, hang on.
He's up and he's running and he's back, and all he wanted was a bit of good ground. They got him down in the handicap, and I'll tell you what, it's an association we're seeing more of. Keelan Woods getting on Ben Pauling horses and Dan Skelton, and what a lovely ride that was. A bold sight from Fastbuck up front. He probably just did a tad too much. 5-1 then. If you're with Paul Keeley, he was on the In the Know last night. He was on Dublin this morning, and my lord, wasn't he keen on that chap. The Sizzler gets it right in our second race here on Racing Post Live. Charlie, talk me through that.
I mean, I think it played into his hands. Red Fastbuck went a really strong gallop. He's going to be an interesting horse off that sort of mark on sharp speed tracks, isn't he? I mean, he showed loads of boot going around there. I think it put a lot of them in the red zone. Eclair Dane, ground too quick.
In the red zone.
Jumping went to pieces. I think the same for Frero Bamboo. Dolos, a lifeless race, like I say.
Horrible.
If you watch Harry Cobden ride a lot, when he's not comfortable, those knees will come out, the gap will be between the saddle and his knee, and it often is a telltale sign that he's not happy with the way he's going. Never comfortable, dropped out of it quickly. Red Rookie travelled there well. The Widowmaker showed a bit more the first time after the wind up, took a heavy fall though. Hopefully him and Adam Wedge are all right. Third time lucky now, it's going to... What's the next step? I don't know.
I'm going to say Red Rum still.
How much did he go up? Like £5?
Right. Can you remember what won the Red Rum last year?
I wouldn't rule him out of the Red Rum of 146.
What won the Red Rum last year? What won the Red Rum handicap guys out there? Let us know.
Oh, that was because Editor the Geek got beaten it, didn't he?
I asked you what won.
Yeah, sorry.
I love the way that Wilder's mind works. Unfortunately, I've had to get in it with him the last year. But yeah, if you can tell us what won that, then I can tell you what sort of mark he'll go up to and whether that's still the right race for him. He's still only an 8-year-old, third time lucky, of course. This is a horse that was thought to be an Arkle contender, of course. We know that the 2 mile novices last year now were good. You know, Edwardstone, Blue Lord, third time lucky was in that band, wasn't he? Before it all, you know, they probably ran him a bit too much, didn't they, I think? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think at times they're brilliant plotting operation, but there is times with him, they say they're going to do something and then end up like, you know, they went to Doncaster, said that's it, we're going fresh to Aintree or the Arkle, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we're going to take a punt at the Kingmaker. Yeah. And so there's been a bit of that with the horse. He's best fresh, he loves good ground, and strong traveller, those two big... I mean, will they have a tilt the Grand Annual on good ground?
That's the temptation now, isn't it?
And that's the difficulty. Do they need to pick one or the other?
If they go to that, they've just got to ride him like Keelan. You won't get Keelan riding him in it. No, but I mean, that was a great ride.
I was thinking on the way, what he needs is like a Paul Carberry on whatever, was it Belvano, or, you know, what was the horse called?
Oh, and the rest of them, Frenchman's Creek, all the rest of it.
You know, but I mean, in that race, the Grand, like he wants that.
Oh, that was an unbelievable
incredible ride, you know, but he wants that absolute balls of steel.
Just ride him like they've got another lap to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Keelan Woods has pulled that off to perfection there, because it can't be easy when you've got a front runner tearing off like that, Rob, can it?
Certainly not, no. This is the last day on the Red Rum.
The last day?
Yeah, Editor the Geek won it in 2021. Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, there's Robbie Wilder's got 1.
Oh, he's in the lead.
But he's
One-4.
taking the
He'll
lead.
take
I
it.
can hear him
Leads
laughing.
the lead.
I can hear him laughing
Leads the
in
lead.
the
Give him the
gallery.
trophy, man, because I don't think
Thanks
he's
very
ever
much,
touched
yeah.
it before.
At least
This
we'll
is-
cover that shirt up.
I haven't won any silverware since most improved player, Lennon Wanderers under 10. So
You won Clubman of the Year.
I was a terrible player when I started out.
And then
I
what
ended up
happened?
being,
Again,
I ended up
no
being
surprise
average.
to me, this. Not
I'm not very
whatsoever.
coordinated, man.
You're quite a progressive individual,
I've got
aren't you?
dyspraxia, mate. There, I've said it. I have special needs.
Did you?
I still do, yeah.
Yeah, but but you can play football now, like you play all the
Oh,
time.
no,
don't
I ended up being quite good. Played at county level, but
you? Okay.
it's just I'm a slow. It takes a while for me to pick things up sometimes, mate.
I mean, look, I've been telling you this since I've been working with you.
So when the Racing Post
some
get a
people
six-a-side team going, are you in or
yeah,
not?
he loves all that.
No, I love football.
And he's like, he'll be like Mike Bassett, won't he?
I will
definitely not getting-
manage it. I will manage it.
He's got a managerial pedigree, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Absolutely, I have.
We're actually talking about getting the team together, to be fair.
Another one.
Yeah.
COVID got rid of all that, didn't it, unfortunately?
Yeah, John is going to send an email.
No, we've got to go to Leopardstown because Lossie
Oh, yeah.
Martin's about to strut her stuff. And the reason why I wasn't really giving it a big up, guys, with this, we're just going to enjoy this. Fingers on the buzzers. Wilders, can you do me a favour?
yeah,
on the
please.
Racing Post app, can you find out what best price at the moment Lossie Mouth is, please, for the Triumph Hurdle? Because
Yeah,
Graham
sure,
Robbie
mate.
sat on this show before she won at the Christmas, the Night Frank, which
Yeah.
is the Grade 2 coming in here. Night Frank winners don't have a great record in this race. Remember Fedor last year got beat by Vauban in this. It could be a real speed test. They took out the hurdles as well. But I think we'll all be very shocked, and so will the books quite clearly, if Lossie Mouth doesn't provide Mullins with his first Grade 1 of this.
I suppose it's going to go in play very shortly, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I want to
the market might be frozen.
What
but
was she
I'm
best?
nearly
you
there.
reckon? 7 to 4 best?
Yeah, 75. Got up now, mate.
What was it? Because I want to see what she is after this race.
It's-
Graham Robbie at Christmas, guys, said she can't get any foot shorter than 7 to 2. Do you remember?
Right, 6 to 5.
She can.
6 to 5, and
Yeah.
they're going to trim her after this. So if you want to be with Lossie Mouth, right?
They won't trim her if she only wins.
Come on the app.
If she say she beats one of the stable debutants only not that impressively, how can you shorten her?
Who's going to finish second? That's a
Well,
great
you
question.
got this gust of wins who's interesting. Stable
Yeah.
debutant.
Tekal, says Al Parks from Down Under. He's hoping that might chase it home. That's the horse that won, of course. It beat Ascending, who reopposes. First time heard for a Tekal. Al, I wonder whether it might be a Boodle's horse. Andy Sims says Mullins might win this. Yeah, this is,
Have we all
this is starting
gone
a precedent.
We've all gone Lossie Mouth as well.
Yeah.
Joe Holden says Tekal for the Boodles. So it's getting
So I'm
exciting
going to
now,
be in the
isn't it?
lead going into the fourth race, whatever happens.
Jake Galloway says Lossie Mouth, easy winner here. Surely the rest of the field have one eye on the Boodles.
That is the interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, I think that's where this race is a far more interesting
I mean, if
contest.
Ascending runs fourth here and then gets a nice little win, he'd be very interesting, wouldn't he? It's Clive Cox horse. They paid £100
Oh yeah, you need
for
3
him.
runs, obviously, don't you?
Well, I was tempted to put him up in the without market here, Ascending, but it made my head hurt this race. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let's hope we've got a proper female juvenile here. The interesting thing about the Triumph Hurdle division at the moment, there aren't that many ex-flat horses that are in top contention. There are a lot
Script
of
right, a bit
national
like
unbred
the
horses.
big one, wasn't it?
We're off.
Okay, we're off and running. And what do we got here then? It's basically Mullins bingo here at the moment, isn't it? Let's go down.
So that's
Lossie Mouth is full of herself on the inside though, Posty.
Lossie Mouth, yeah, has taken a lead off of Jour de Fay.
I mean, this
Sinza.
is not easy, is it? Because Jour de Fête is another grey. It's basically a clone of Lossie Mouth that's racing.
That's right. Green hat. That's what a green hat's there for.
Jour
Right,
de
okay.
Fête.
Jour de Fête.
I think
Sounds
it's
like
Jour de Fay, no?
Jour de Fête. Oh, come on, do me a lemon. I mean, sounds like something out of a Star Wars movie, doesn't it? Jour de Fête.
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
I think it's just a bit more French than
Well,
you
what
were
is
saying.
happening is the other grey, the rank outsider for Team Mullins, is definitely giving a lead to Lossie Mouth on the inside, the other Richie horse. Up there as well is Sinza, Brian Hayes. You don't need to know a great deal about this. One that's quite keen is Darrowby under Kieran Butley. And again, not very happy with the pace because the pacemaker's not doing a great job, says Lossie Mouth. Paul Town and either jumped that so well or he's saying get on with it a little bit. Gust of Wind debuting, of course, in some famous colours from Mullins out the back. We don't know much about him. Tekal, you can see what they've put the hood on, guys. He's a little bit buzzy out the back and Ascending sees them all in under Rachel Blackmore, who placed, of course, in the first race. What, we T-minus 24 hours away from Honeysuckle? Does she win, by the way, guys? Want to hear all about that? You can have your say throughout these races. We've got a break after the 2:30. That's the time to get them in. I'm going to go to the guys now and see what we're saying about this wonder mare.
What? Lossie Mouth or Honeysuckle?
It's not, sorry, Lossie Mouth, who could, of course, be.
I mean, look,
the next Honeysuckle.
Lossie Mouth has got into a really good rhythm, following down the inside with Paul Town. And Gala Marceau has been very keen through the early stage of this race with Danny Mullins. Tekal struck wide on the track. Mark Walsh he's another interesting one, isn't he, for the Fred Winter potentially?
Well, I don't know. Is he like showing his hand a bit too much for that? I don't know. But JP loves that Boodles race, of course. Now, Lossie Mouth, what are we doing? Robbie Wilder's on Lossie Cam, and she's on the inside. You can see, look, Jour de Fête, whatever she's got. A little bit Gala Masso giving her company as well. Now, he's going to want to get off the inside, Paul Townend, isn't he?
Yeah, not quite yet, though, I think.
What is interesting, though, is they keep leaving the pocket open for Lossie Mouth, Jack Foley, as in so look at this. So he keeps moving one off, even though he's making the run in.
Mullins has got the first 6 horses in the spring.
Yeah, and the tactics are set up that he's going to take a lead, and then that's going to open up that pocket when he wants it.
Rachel de Bromhead.
Oh, interesting.
There's a Freudian one.
You love it.
I used to do that a lot. Rachel Blackmore, of course, new Betfair ambassador, of course. That was great to see in the week, wasn't it? She is basically up against the whole tribe, isn't she? I'll tell you what, oh my Lord!
Hang on a
what has gone on there? Hang on a
whoa.
minute. This is an absolute dramatic. Now, she's going to be good to get out of his pocket, whatever she is. All of a sudden, she must have spiked on Betfair Exchange. Let's have a look. No, they've still got her short. What happened was, Poste, Jour de Fête, the pacemaker, put her right from third to the back.
Yeah, I said he kept moving right as if allowing her, and then all of a sudden he hung in left as he's rapidly gone backwards, Jour de Fête, and hampered Lossie Mouth and taken it all the way back to last. Paul Townend still looks full of confidence.
This is Paul Townend, though, isn't it? And he's managed to get out the pocket.
I'd like to know how big she got on the exchange.
2 out, and she wasn't great there either. Okay, Gala Masso then, who chased her home when they had no hurdles to jump, by the way, and she's gone wide as well. This isn't going to be an issue, is it? Hang on a minute. She'll have to be really, really good to beat these. Gala Masso there in Teco. They're probably thinking, where is she? They're coming to the last, and Danny Mullins says, well, if you're not with me, I'm going. This, of course, finished second to her. Now here we go. All coming to the last. Lossie Mouth is coming. What a mare she's going to be, though. If she gets it, Danny Mullins pops it up. I don't think she's going to get there, is she? Gala Masso for the massive upset. Lossie Mouth is still closing. Teco faded.
Doesn't get there.
She's got it.
Wow.
Lossie Mouth. Wow, burnt fingers. Oh my Lord, what a debrief we're going to have from this. Gala Masso reverses the Knight Frank form. If you backed her each way, let's face it, she was a price. Go collect. All of a sudden, rumblings, burnt fingers in the Triumph market. What did you make of that? We will come to it after the Edinburgh National at Musselburgh, which comes up very, very quickly indeed. We've either seen a really, really good filly that's beaten her there, or that was a Horlicks.
What we can say is Gala Masso did plenty wrong and still won, but I wouldn't want to be in the team debrief after Lossie Mouth got absolutely minced by stablemate Jour de Fête.
It's a massive weekend for Danny Mullins as well, because he's on Dysart Dynamo. One of the rhetorics of the weekend, the narratives, is has Paul chosen? You could play bingo with it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
For the horses that he's had to kind of, decide against, and we'll appreciate it. Get him back on track in the Irish Arkle coming up. This is the greatest game of all. This is the greatest show of all on a Saturday. It's Racing Post Live. Myself, Dave Orton, loving life at the moment. Charlie Post.
What do you reckon? Will she be bigger than 7-4 on the day?
She's. I don't know. She didn't go a favourite after that.
I just hope there's an overreaction.
I don't know. All of a sudden, Hendo's thinking we better rev this.
She gave away a huge amount of
ground.
I
mean,
we've got to discuss it after.
All right.
We've got to go to this marvellous race. It's the feature of the weekend up at Musselburgh. It's the Bet365 Edinburgh National. Absolutely love it. I think Slipway, I'm hoping Slipway, after you did us that favour in the Sussex Nationals, will do the business here.
So you're with him as well?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm not deserting him here. I think he's got great ground. I slightly worry about the rate. Flower of Scotland's been the mover in the race, guys, for the Greens. Natalie will be joining us back, by the way, later in the month. I think they've always been waiting for that performance last time, but whether she's better on a left-handed track, I think, so maybe she has just turned a corner. There's some interesting horses in here. Tide Times also like the Ferrymaster. He's running the race before. Truckers Lodge. Was he all right in the Welsh National? Not sure. It's definitely a drop down in class. Doyen Breed is quite interesting. Do we have a team bet here? That's the question for the charity. We need to get back on track.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we haven't.
Well, you decide. Go on.
I like Doyen Breed.
Put it up then. Tenner on Doyen Breed for Johnny Burke, who's having a brilliant season.
I wonder, could this be an each-way race for 4 places?
I think Slipway's a strong traveller, and I think you're going to want that round here, aren't you?
I'm hoping he's going to outclass him.
Yeah, same.
I wonder if they're disappointed now they didn't go to Sandown, because they got bangers and cash out. I thought he was going to run there in the
Truckers Lodge is he going to be quick enough for this round? And the Wolf. I thought the Wolf was slightly interesting. Paddy Brennan up, headgear on.
Come on, let's get the bet on. There you go.
It's an each way Doyen Breed.
Accept odd changes, Rob.
Yeah, well, I'll take the big.
Nice bet, man. All right, we're in. We're good. And the bait for charity is on.
Doyen Breed.
Right. I'll tell you what, Captain Catterstock last year's winner was a bit higher in the weights, but he's up there for the O'Brien stable. Who else have we got on the outside? We've got an Irish horse in here, haven't we, as well? Very interesting jockey booking. Darragh O'Keefe, Regina Jacones. And I'll tell you what, there's been money for it as well. Sneaky money. Just don't know who's in there as well. Well, we've got Innisfree Lad, who could bounce back on his day, potentially. It's got quite a big price to me as well. And the outside of the lot, Mighty Thunder. What's gone on with that since the Scottish National?
Don't know, but he's in free fall, isn't he, a bit at the moment?
Magnus Sam the outside as well. Yeah, he's obviously had his problems, and I thought he would be potentially, plotted up for the next year's national, but it's just gone badly wrong. I think he ran in this as well last year, and
he did. He won it 2 years ago, didn't he?
That's it.
Yeah.
And then he went on to, of course, that was the start of him.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Triumph Hurdle quotes coming in as well, guys. By the way, we'll give them to you afterwards. But off we go then. 3 miles 7. Time to draw breath. Whew. In the Edinburgh National. And Just Don't Know and Craig Nicol with Captain Catterstock. There's a bit of a fight on for the lead here. Darragh O'Keefe on Regina Dracones on the inside as well. Trucker's Lodge, Freddie Gingell, he's up there on the inside. Good move that by Freddie to get it up there. Looking for Slipway. I'm on Slipway cam, guys. He's on the middle. Oh, a bit slow there, Slipway. All we can say is Doyen Breed for Johnny Burt. That was Tom Siegel as well, wasn't it? Price-wise put him up.
I don't know. I've not read.
Innisfree Lad. He's out the back. Flower of Scotland didn't jump that second one well at all. So there we are, nicely strung out on the inside. What are you doing? Getting involved? Are you having a bet?
Yeah.
Having a bet in running?
No, well, I'm just like, let's see now how it unfolds at the minute.
You're basically saying to the bank manager, third time like he's gone in again, get the advert out again.
Let's
you can afford to run it again. Absolutely marvellous. That was great, wasn't it, by the way? Plenty more coming up from Sandown. And we're keeping an eye on Wetherby as well, because the Towton goes there as well. The Skeltons went up to Wetherby, basically, because they've got the hot pot favourite in there as well. After the 2:30, then, we will be giving a debrief on what we've just seen. Oh, no, the treble's down already, guys. Isn't it? Those of you that took it out there, Lossiemouth only second if you're just joining us. To Gala Massot, Knight Frank at Leopardstown at Christmas, the Grade 2. Form flipped on its head. What a game this is. All right, we're just past 2 p.m. We'll be with you until around about 3:40 this afternoon. And we'll be back tomorrow. Matty Batch and Graham Rodway join me on the panel. Mission Controller out there as well. They're building it all. Who likes the new graphics? Let us know out there. All this sort of thing. Right, I've said my bit. You guys have been studying the race. Who catches your eye?
Captain Catterstock travels pretty strong at the moment. I think the Wolf as well seems kind of a lot more enthusiastic with the first time blinkers on. Slipway very happy. We got a nice spot, sort of 4th, 5th, 6th down the inside. Luca Morgan being patient. Okay, all right. What do we make of the ground at Sandown as well? We'll be asking that because we've got Jerry Colomb coming up next. Another Grade 1, the Silly Isles chase. Will it be soft enough for it? If it is, he's a 2-to-1 shot in my eyes. But even money around, I think we're betting the ground basically. Robbie Wilders might have a conflicting view. But what are you liking this, Rob? How are we going on the team bet?
Yeah, Doyen Breed is warming up to it a bit. He made a couple of dodgy ones at the start, but you don't want to be too far back here.
You don't want to be too far back. Where's the Wolf? He's a bit closer than normal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Wolf is the Wolf. Look, he keeps landing, and Paddy Brennan almost trying to pull the bit up in his mouth, trying to sort of make kid this wily campaigner along to make him feel like he's travelling very well.
I mean, wily is complimentary about the Wolf, isn't it? This would be egg on FaceTime for me if the Wolf wins, because I think I've backed him in nearly half of his career starts.
Keith put out the Wolf, actually. He said he's like a terrible jumper, but this kind of test is an easier track to jump.
I wish I was on with the Melrose, because he's had a few physical issues, the Wolf. He's had wind done 100 times. He's got the blinkers on this time, and he's certainly travelling very well in them.
Yeah, it's just he's such a bad jumper, but if there's not too much of an emphasis on jumping, then he's going to suit him.
See if Paddy Brennan's ridden this before. I mean,
got a lot of stamina.
It's obviously Heskin's ride use, isn't it? No, first ride for Paddy Brennan.
I just thought it was an interesting booking, and
very interesting
with the headgear as well. Tide Times has been bumped along a couple of times by Fergus Gregory.
Finally got Ian Williams off the cold list with jumpers. His all-weather horse is doing fine.
Yeah.
But that was the one winner that stuck out. He's having a terrible season so far. They'll be very well handicapped coming the spring, I would imagine. But I tell you what, this is going well up front as well, isn't it? Just Don't Know, of course, last time out winner for Paul Robson, the 10-year-old. He's got some good back class, and we know what we say about these marathon chases. From the front, they seem to dominate, don't they? And they've certainly got themselves in that beautiful position at the moment. What's this in the green? Magnus Sam catching my eye. First run for Alistair Ralph. Course winner. Haven't seen him for donkeys, but he's going really, really well. Unlike Slipway, who hasn't really had to cut his fences, he's back in midfield.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it? This isn't a track that takes a lot of jumping, but they kind of come quickly, and maybe he's just in top gear a little bit through this. Sort of still, are we even at halfway yet in this race yet? Trucker's Lodge, by the other comparison, is travelled really strong here on the front end, Dave.
Yeah, all right, okay, yes. And again, this is a horse that's placed in Welsh Nationals, has got a lot of back class and stuff, and the headgear on. He's certainly travelling very powerfully within himself as well. The Ferry Master out the back. Tide Times just doesn't really look to be enjoying himself, but he has got another lap to go. Matty Batch said this is the sharpest track he's ever ridden on. He's only had one ride, but he seems like I've never been on anything like it. Bearing in mind he's been around dinner plates before, you know, in Jersey and stuff like that. Would you concur with that? How was your record at Musselburgh?
I had a winner up there, yeah.
Did you? I will just factually back that up now.
Nearly got Gordon Elliott's brother tried to ride me off the track in a conditional jockeys race.
You're going to say something completely different there. All right, which is lucky. All right, Mighty Thunder's going quite well, isn't he, in the midfield? All of a sudden, Flower Scotland, she's still out the back as well, coming in off that peak effort, and probably has been aimed at this, knowing Ray. All right, okay, what do we got then? What do we like, Robbie? How is the team bet going, Diane Breed?
I don't know. It looks like he's lost a position again.
He's jumping great elan, and you just exhaled a load of wind. I mean, this is what you get on this show, people. People, you see punting live, basically, is what it's all about.
His reaction was like when you say something to your wife that you know that she doesn't quite like, and she goes, you know, wasn't it? As in, how's that going?
Like a great big balloon.
Yeah.
All right, okay. But and again, let's check out the crowd at Musselburgh. Here we go, going past that famous stand. It's busy enough, isn't it?
Good track, good atmosphere up there always. Do you like this camera angle, by the way?
I've never been to Musselburgh.
Have you not?
No.
I'd have thought you'd have liked that and then toodle into Edinburgh for a night out.
If you're inviting me.
How far away is it
every chance I might make it.
Not very far.
Is it close?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's near it. I think Melrose, it was his local track. I mean, you just sort of said, I've taken the mickey out of him that a lot. I'm like, you're probably born on the track.
Went to see Annie Mac play in Edinburgh once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Annie Mac, yeah. All right.
Slipway getting in there just now, getting up into fourth. He's travelling a lot better. His jumping has warmed up as well. Luca Morgan just anxious to make sure that he's close enough when they start lifting round here.
That's the key. Luca Morgan, I think, has really shown himself to be a jockey going places this season.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Pauling has a good team of riders, hasn't he? Keelan Woods, we've just seen excel at Sandown, and Luca Morgan is the sort of young man coming through.
All right, okay, let's have a look then. What have we got? Diane Breed is starting to warm up a little bit.
I think he's hunting him.
I think he wears cheap pieces for good reason. And has he gone a bit too quick then, this leader? I just know. On the inside, Magnus Sam, I'll tell you what, fitness will tell at some point, but the rag outside is going a great spin there. Slipway is now getting into it. Mighty Thunder, but best I've seen him go for a little while. Regina Dracone, Darrow O'Keefe, the Wolf took a big bump there from him. Tide Time surely can't win. Innisfree Lad dropping out the back of the teddy. The Ferry Master, Sandy Thompson, not for him today. And Flower of Scotland trying to fight. You see what I mean? She just hangs a little bit, doesn't she?
4 or 5 of these starting to break away from the rest. Slipway, just a couple of reminders, he's under pressure here.
Call it now. Is it Captain Catterstock, last year's winners in prime position? Slipway doesn't really look like he's enjoying the track to my eye.
The Wolf is getting there.
I tell you what, the Wolf could yet blow them all down, couldn't he? We've got 3 fences to go, 3 fences to go, isn't it, in home straight? This famous sweeping bend, then off they go. Magnus Sam, we haven't seen him. It's the first run for Alistair Ralph. He's absolutely winging along, and he's just about to take I Just Know's measure. Captain Catterstock, £4 I think, the winning last year. Here we go, in first in the home straight. Slipway's just easing him off now a little bit. The Wolf under pressure. I don't think he can win. Again, front runners dominating a marathon chase, and it looks like
the Wolf, bad mistake. That's
not his fault. I mean, Keith was absolutely right about that. In fact,
he just can't jump.
Magnus Sam, lads, pricking his ears in front here, not doing a stroke. I think he's got plenty left still.
This will be a big career best, and he's absolutely flown it. Alistair Ralph, take a power if you pull this off. Who's in the plate? Of course, Alex Edwards, of course, isn't it? His usual rider. Now he's starting to feel the petrol gauge emptying slightly. We've not seen him for 267 days, but that's a fine jump. Can Captain Catterstock get him? Nothing else finishing.
He's still got his ears pricked.
Flower of Scotland is rallying, but all too late in the day.
He's waiting for something to come to him. He's going to pick up again if they do.
This is all good, and it used to be trained by the Leeches, this horse. Gone to Alistair Ralph, and he has absolutely seen them off. Captain Catterstock's probably run to the pound what he did in the race last year. A clear second best. Flower of Scotland looks like she's going to dourly show herself to be maybe a Borders national horse in the making, I think, isn't it? Was it 4 Mile last time? In fact, she won over. She's got third for the Greens, and I Just Know a brave front-running performance in fourth. That was good fun, Wilders, wasn't it?
Not really, Matt.
Because your team bet went down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone have Magnus Sam out there?
Fair play. If anyone found that, that's impressive.
Yeah, well, very impressive indeed. And that's a lovely trip north of the border then. Okay, we've got some socials about Lossiemouth building up massively, I've heard. Also, Triumph Hurdle Markets. Get it out, Dave. Got to draw for breath at some point. Here we go. Luke Rawson opens up the social corner this afternoon. Double header this afternoon for you, Saturday and Sunday. Luke, great to have you with us. Stick with us. And you say, quite funny, when you see a second string help the first, and it ends up so being the exact opposite. What do you mean then, Luke? Your second string to help the first? Not sure. What you mean is Jabba Fett or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
well, I think that's what he's saying is like the fact that
Well, it's the 10th string, that, wasn't it?
but was making the running.
I see what you mean, Luke.
Seemingly was leaving it open for Paul Townend to get up
What
the
happened
inside.
there? Is it?
Well, we'd need to watch it back, but I
get
think
a replay up?
he was sort of lugging a bit out to his right, and then all of a sudden he's gone left, and as he's gone backwards quickly, and he's taken Lossiemouth all the way back through the
There's
field
the
with
Triumph
him.
market postie. Look, there's the anti-post market coming up.
Doesn't surprise me.
Mission Control have got it up.
Doesn't surprise me.
What's the bet there then? All of a sudden, Comfort Zone, and people are like, he's not quite good enough. He probably would be top weight in the Boodles and stuff. He's looking a bit better, isn't he? What's Saint Donats? I'm not sure about that. Script writer, be surprised, wouldn't you? Is Blood Destiny the one then? I mean, are we writing off Lossiemouth here?
Oh no, not at all. Not. I think she's shown what a
well,
big
that's right.
engine she's got to even get back anywhere near that winning that race.
Yeah, I don't see how you can watch that and think that's not the best horse in the race.
No, completely agree.
What, Lossiemouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Went
Is
from
that gonna be
first
good
to
enough to win?
went
Is
from
that-
first to last.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate a bit here, which I quite enjoy doing. When she won the night, Frank, they omitted all the hurdles,
Yeah.
and it was the first run for the winner.
Yeah.
For Mullins. She was entitled to come on for that. She definitely has done. She didn't jump brilliantly today. That second last, you watch her. She's a bit skew-whiffed there. She missed one on the far side as well.
I think you're being a bit harsh there.
Well, I am maybe a bit harsh. But I'm talking about a 6-4 favourite in a Triumph Hurdle who's just done lots wrong.
Would you lay her?
Has she had a pretty hard race?
Let's
you let
flip
her?
it.
Are you brave enough to do that?
Let's flip it round,
Not
right?
there on the day.
Let's flip it round. Say Lossiemouth had the same trip as Galopin Marceau, and Galopin Marceau had Lossiemouth's trip. Everyone would be saying, wow, Galopin Marceau wins the Triumph, wouldn't they? It's just because of the reputation beforehand. See what I mean?
She was falls on, Rob. It will be. Do you think Paul Townend would have come back in and gone, whatever that means?
I'd say he could have been a bit stronger than that.
Do you think he'd have been like bleep,
Livid.
bleep,
Yeah.
and bleep with who was on?
Jack Foley.
Jack Foley.
Yeah. I mean, look, it might have been one of those that Jack Foley could do nothing about it, but I'm pretty adamant Paul
If you're
Townend would have
wondering
been-
what we're talking about, we're debriefing on Lossiemouth, who went back in the run. We've got to get to Sandown in a second because it's another grade one. But she had a pacemaker, as we were calling it. She was on the inside of that. Jack opened the door. Paul didn't want to go through it. And then something happened where the pacemaker hampered her. She went from third to last. She had to circle the field. She was a bit messy at the second last. And then all too late. She did flatten out on the running, though. Wasn't she? She was steaming.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at it, she's had to make all that ground when the pace is lifting from the third last through to the second last to get in anywhere near position to try and win the race. And it just all happened the wrong moment. It's taken all her time in a way through the race and her rhythm. And I think she's done seriously well to get as close as she did. But I mean, the winner also did plenty wrong in that race. I mean, was
in what way?
Was too keen. You know, if you watch it back, certainly through the first mile,
Okay.
Danny Mullins was really struggling to get the horse to switch off and relax. And yet, I mean, whether Galopin Marceau deserved to beat Lossiemouth today or not, does rate a worthy rival now in the Triumph Hurdle, I would say.
The Adonis on Ida Day at the end of this month will be quite interesting because I imagine Affadil will go there for Paul Nicholls. He looks potentially the most unexposed of the British so far. We're talking about Triumph Hurdle. Script writer went very wide last time, did he, in trying to get that rail?
Yeah, but
Comfort Zone, I thought he had his measure fairly.
Comfort Zone is a likeable horse.
Very
like, you know,
likeable
as in
horse.
you
But
could.
it was
you
third
could,
to Lossiemouth.
Yeah, you can knock whether has quite the same class angle, but Comfort Zone is, if he turns up in the Triumph Hurdle, is almost nailed on to run his race and be there or thereabouts, I'd have thought.
It's an interesting lineup in the Triumph, isn't it? You're looking down. There's a couple that Willie Mullins hasn't got out yet. Rare Middleton could be quite interesting yet for Paul Nicholls. I don't know. I don't know. We're probably overreacting slightly, but a 4-1 on shot has been beaten, and it was a messy old race, wasn't it? Let's hope that's not the case then, as Rich Ritchie gets interviewed at Dublin at the moment, putting a brave face on it. Big weekend still to come for Rich, of course, but we move on because we must get to Sandown. And this is one of the most topical horses of the entire jump season, I would wager, because Jerry Colombe, now a shade of odds on. Look, best prices these are you can get out there, industry-wise, on the Racing Post app. Look, who was with him at the start of the week? I think everyone was, weren't they? And then you watched it dry up. This is a horse that wants deep ground. Balco Coastal, who of course won over Christmas, albeit in a handicap company. He'll love the ground. Is he good enough? Montmoral stunk in the market, didn't he? Out to about the right price. Thunder Rock, I think, will reverse that with Montmoral.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And Bow to Greatness, the outsider of the lot for Harry Redknapp as well. This is a cracker. I'm just going to take faith in Jerry Colombe that he's the best horse. His form's working out all over the place. His one workmanlike win, if you like, or the one where everyone was a bit like, ooh, hang on a minute, was on yielding ground, wasn't it? He's got yielding.
Yeah, I mean, could you say that third time lucky winning earlier suggested it probably wasn't that testing either?
Here at Sandown.
Yeah, Sandown.
I think
I'm going to give you the
probably
time as well from that race.
Yeah.
Robbie, give us the case against Jerry Colombe, because you've got one.
The case against Jerry Colombe is purely the ground and potentially the trip as well, because he's going to be a 3 miler, isn't he? I know he won over 2 mile free at Limerick, but that was on heavy ground, wasn't it? Like, he needs to stay 3 miles to be winning that, really. Yeah, really like the horse. I mean, he's rated 154 for good reason. Like, he's unbeaten, but I just don't think the ground's really what they'd want. Balco Coastal, I think he's got everything in his favour.
He's been a bit of a letdown. I mean, he's running in a Grade 1, so that might sound extremely harsh.
Yeah, he didn't achieve
He's made it to Grade 1 company, but they thought he was going to be
a Grade 1 novice.
Over hurdles. Yeah.
And they thought he was going to be in that sort of supreme-y, sort of Arkley type sphere.
And he put it all together at Kempton last time.
Yeah.
And he's the one horse in this film where you probably definitely say, like, quicker ground, yes please. Maybe to a certain extent from the Rock, but
Quicker ground. Oh yes.
oh yes.
Which is a wilder, isn't
Yeah,
it?
for me, like, Jerry Colombe is a layer. And
So you're pressing the belay button.
can I? Well, no, personally, yeah. But I think Thunder Rock or Balco Coastal are the most likely winners.
So who are you going with?
Genuinely, Balco.
Poste?
Balco Coastal for me.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, I think Thunder Rock is a danger as well. I'd like to see him ridden a bit more prominently than he was at Cheltenham. It kind of unravelled. He didn't jump very well. He got behind, and then he did well to get as close as he did to the real whacker. I think he'll turn the form around with Montmoral, but I just think Balco Coastal has a lot of untapped potential.
It would be lovely to see a horse really emerge for the Turners, wouldn't it? Like a real nice horse, So it looks very much like the Ryanair used to. It's really caught him.
Yeah, I think Stage Star's a big player in that.
Who won it last year? Can you remember this race?
This race. It was L'Empress beating Mr. Coffee.
Who went on to win at the Cheltenham Festival, albeit a late curveball decision to go up to the Brown.
Completely different ground, though.
Sporting John before that, 14-1. That was the famous put a 0 on it from Dave Orton, and it went and won. Itchy Feet, wasn't that great sight in the week?
Yeah, it was
Murphy, brilliant, by the way. He put Thomas Darby back over fences, wins.
Yeah.
Itchy Feet, all he had to do was go back over hurdles. And he goes and wins, and tipped by Paul Keeley insufferably. Terrafort has won this top-notch. Bristol Demai, how good was he? Mullins has come over. The one thing to say is the 2 Irish horses that have tried to win this race, one has won and one fell when going very well. So it's very rare
Who's
to be
that again, remind me?
Gitane de Burlay and Mullins horse, I can't remember who came over and was fancied to do it. Oscar Whiskey has won it, Captain Conan. A lot of Nicky Henderson horses there. We're about to go off. There's no team bet, I don't think, in this.
No, we just want to watch
sit
it
out.
Yeah.
And we'll just enjoy it. And fingers on the buzzers for the Cheltenham Festival. What sort of horse is Jerry Colombe going to be if he comes over to Presby?
You surprised Montmoral's gone off second favourite?
Yes.
I am,
yeah, I think that's weakness in Balco Coastal, personally. I think he was backed when it became clear that Jerry wouldn't get his ground. Off we go, though. What a lovely, lovely animal. A big ride, this, for Jordan Gainford, of course. Jack Kennedy on the sidelines. Davy Russell out of retirement. A lot of people thought, why not just stick Gordon up on the runners? Well, this is a massive...
I think I definitely know why they're not sticking Gordon up on the runners' day.
Sorry, what did I say? Jordan, I said.
You said Gordon. We definitely don't want him on board.
That would be something, wouldn't it? He used to be a great rider, Gordon. Right, off we go. Balco Coastal, of course, Mr. Coffee. You remember him in this race last year, and he took this fence with him coming up, didn't he? Balco Coastal are making a great sight at the moment. He leads.
Jumps really nicely, Balco.
Bell to greatness, the big outsider for Ben Paul and Keenan Woods, who just so good effect, wasn't he, on third time lucky in the previous race. Different tactics here. They're putting it up to Balco. Montmoral will be suited by that. Harry Compton sticking down the inside, bidding to pick himself up after the disappointment of Dolos on Dolos Day. And Jerry Colombe sees them in with Thunder Rock right on the outside in last under Adrian Heskey. He just wasn't really going a yard last time at Cheltenham, and he still flew up the hill, didn't he?
He did, yeah. As in, he's got after jumping off prominently, he's got a little bit behind now. I think he's last of these 5 runners, granted not far off the pace as they go to the pond fence.
This is a tidy little race, this, isn't it? All horses are very, very likeable individuals. Look, Montmoral just continues to wait. In the old days, this chap would have gone to a novice chase, wouldn't he? And just got that confidence-boosting win next to it. It's so hard to do that now, of course, these days.
Yeah.
So they stick to these graded races.
Yeah. Balco Coast sort of shifting a little bit left over his fences as he's taking them along.
And he's a tad fresh up front, I would say. What do we make about Jerry? How's he going on the ground?
I don't know, Stuart. You don't really know until later on, do you?
Just took a false step there. He landed right lead first and then switched back over to his left. Just took a slightly false step.
Grade ones come thick and fast, guys, by the way, because we've got the Irish Arkle coming up after this. Paul Townham will bid to get back on track. I'd appreciate it. Dysart Dynamo stinks in the market there, by the way. Danny Mullins, of course, got Paul's measure in the last. The mover has been El Fabiolo, if there is one. We'll get to that after this, straight after this. Jerry Colom then on the inside in third. I just absolutely love this animal. So much of his form has been boosted. I love the way against Kilcrut on Boxing Day, wasn't it, in that Limerick Grade 1 when the mud was flying. He looked beaten, he kept pulling it out, and a fine jumper of these fences. I was just about to say
railway fences.
When are we coming up to the railways? It
we're
makes
miles
me
away from the railways.
I know we're miles away.
Relax.
It just makes me nervous because I get them wrong every time.
I know. They just come into the cross fence now before they turn to the back straight. And again, Balco Coastal shifts
And
left.
that lets Jerry go up his inside.
Yeah, which I think is a good move by Jordan Gainford, as in the ground isn't that slow. He's not going to want him to be too far off the pace because, sort of staying is this horse's forte, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently some of our judges who are at Leopardstown today were putting up Lossy-Mouth as the bet of the season. That falls on. Okay, Jerry Colom. Now Jordan gets to go on with it. This is what we wanted to see. And now Thunder Rock is alive to that. Bow to Greatness finding this a little bit hot, guys, isn't he? The scope that he showed. Gemmerond-like that was from Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good jump there for sure, Dave.
And this is fine. I think the older horses the more they're happy on the ground.
He was nimble there at the ditch, measured it up, made it tight. I mean, what I would say at the moment, these novices are really jumping very, very well over this demanding
Plenty of
Sandown
juice in
track.
that ground, isn't there? I mean, this is all right.
Stop trying to convince yourself.
I don't need to. Some of us got prices about Jerry. I'm getting.
Monmoral being nudged along. You see again Harry Cobden squeezing this horse up, trying to get him to come alive.
This is Dodos Mark too, isn't he? He's down the inside. He doesn't look very happy. When will the knees come out?
They did.
That's when if you know that Harry Cobden's in trouble, said Charlie Post, the knees are going out the side. Thunder Rock, I think, is the closer here. I'd be very disappointed if Jerry didn't see off Balco Coastal here. And over we go. Was that the penultimate railway fence?
Yes.
I'm getting these right. Go on, Jerry, up you come. Oh, he's tight there as well.
Oh,
Bunny hopped it. Would you call
Monmoral
that
in
clever?
deep trouble
He's
here,
still on
isn't
the
he?
bridle though. Thunder Rock is the closer in the race. Balto Grace is not totally done with actually. He's coming back for a little bit more. Now Nico de Boyenville says, come on then, let's see what the Irish horse has got. And all of a sudden, will he get outpaced? On the inside, Jordan Gainford and the hot favourite Jerry Colom, unbeaten to this date. Balco Coastal, is this where he becomes a man from a boy? Monmoral, no good for him today. It's just jury's out.
Thunder Rock will keep galloping, I'd say.
100%. I'm not totally sure how this Irish horse is going, Robbie Wilders.
I think he's going pretty well, to be honest.
He's 2's on the exchange, we're being told. All right, Balco Coastal. Is he going to now flatten?
Look at him lugging left, Balco Coastal.
I'll tell you what are they watching on the exchange? I'll tell you what, because he's going back with Jerry Colom. He just cannot pick up at the moment. I think Thunder Rock. Come on in, boys. Shout this one home. This is for you. And Jerry Colom now coming back.
Colom staying on
what
again.
a brave horse he is. This will be an amazing performance if he wins.
Thunder Rock's not done either.
Thunder Rock is coming. Balco, Nico de Boyenville must be thinking, go away. Jerry Colom comes to the last. Go on, up you go. He's very close. It's going to be a great finish, this. Thunder Rock finding it too hard. Jerry Colom just goes up and sees him off, doesn't he? Keep on going, the Irish horse. Here comes the train. The Jerry Colom, the Jezza show. Get it live. Get it ready. Off he goes to Cheltenham. Who knew? You knew. Well done, Gordon Elliott. Absolutely superb seeing Irish horse coming over and doing that brilliant run by Balco Coastal. Thunder Rock back in third. Monmoral flopped. Bow to Greatness last of all. Irish Arkle coming up. Thoughts immediately after that.
He's taking the lead.
Thoughts now?
Thoughts now.
Jerry Colom, impressive, good jumper for a big horse. Can you see him winning at Cheltenham?
Brown advisory on soft ground, yes.
But if not?
Definitely got caught out by the ground when they turned for him, didn't he? Because he got badly outpaced. Thought Balco Coastal was going to go and see you later. Sayonara.
Should probably be a Brown advisory favourite off the back of that, I think. Because that's such a wide open race. Well, maybe the real whacker.
I'd suggest he's the best horse. I think he's probably... Is he the best novice chaser out there away from the 2 mile division? We're about to find out who might be.
So are we going 3 mile novice chase at Cheltenham with Jerry Colom?
Very tough to know, isn't it? Very tough to know.
Yeah,
I think that's more his race at Cheltenham.
I would do. Will he go to Cheltenham? That's the other.
Well, that is the other interesting
Skipped
one.
it last year, did he?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, what a thrill that was. Oh, and look, you can't keep a good man down. Having been nil point, it's starting to get it ready. Dave Orton.
It's all to play for, though. Look at that.
Surges to the front.
Here you go, son.
They said, "Thank you, Wilders. That's very, very good. You can keep your job here." And look who's lagging. Look behind. I know there's only 2 points in it, Posty, but I'd say you're already sunk. I think you can put another 0 on Charlie Poste out there. We're having some fun here this afternoon in the Racing Post live studio as we watch the runners. Samoa, of course, who came good in Grade 1 company at the Leopardstown Christmas Festival. He is as big as what? 12 to 1 here?
He's a Grade 1 winner.
He's a Grade 1 winner.
And he's the outside. I mean, like nearly. It just shows you the quality.
Robbie came in, do you remember, on Boxing Day and went, "This is the grand annual plot."
Yeah.
And he goes and hacks up, didn't he?
Did he also not get sunk last week in the tipping competition as well?
Look at this market mover here.
7's
You're
5 to 11's 10.
This is the social
My
lucky
word.
15 leg, isn't it?
Yep.
And we need a lucky 15 leg. We've got a double now, lucky 15.
Is yours sunk as well?
Dolos went down.
Oh yeah.
And Wilder's in the first. We've all been caught.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
Lucky 15 last week did rather well, but yeah, tough to get up, aren't they? Anyway, look, we've got a chance here. This is your runner out there. Appreciate it. He's a 9-year-old. 9-year-old won this in the last 10 years. It was some plan for Henry de Bromhouse and the Brookhouses. And
this is a trend breaker, though. This horse, like as in,
yes,
he's
he
incredibly
is.
lightly
Yes,
raced,
he
as
is.
in, and he's had problems along the way, so we've not seen him as often as we might like. As in, I wouldn't be bothered about that with him.
I know he was just a bit of a freak, and he missed the year, of course. But
if you're with him,
you're right. Look, the pace is interesting here. Will anything be able to go with Dysart Dynamo over the last couple? I've put him up. I think he's a crazy price.
Who are you with?
I am with Dysart. Yeah, I'm with Dysart. Who are you with?
Yeah.
What are you? Hang on, I'm leading, mate. I'm showing my prowess. The naps are going in left, right, and centre.
You're not put off by Deneen saying Dysart is the one that
He was taking him on until the grave, wasn't he, basically, yesterday, Johnny was. Which would look, but you look at Dysart's head carries there, oh my Lord. I mean, but like at Edwardstone, I compared him to Edwardstone in that it settles them down a fence. And when he won at Christmas, just let him get on with it. He's been waiting to jump these fences. Banbridge shouldn't be able to go with him. Flame Bear up from the same stable is the worry for me.
Yeah, but is there any way in this world that they're going to let him just have a speed duel from the same yard?
Well, we don't know, do we? They're lining up. Look, Samoa, we can say, is going to sit at the back. El Fabiolo, who looks the solid one in the market. If you're worried about Appreciate, I would suggest that he might be the one for the Meniers. Oh, man. OK, what have we got? Dysart's... And again, Banbridge has been easy to back. I think that Banbridge is paying for that British win in the November Novices.
You think he's paying for it?
Yeah, because we gave him a race post rating 158.
Yeah.
So he's out of handicap.
I think he should be running in top handicap company.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I know that Tom Siegel's put him up, and I know
Though if
Gills likes him as well, but...
If this ends up in a pace collapse, it will suit him, won't it?
Well, he's the Turner's horse here in the pack, isn't he? But I don't see him beat... Even if there is, I don't see him beating Appreciate, who will sit just off them. He's the one that's going to pick it up, isn't he? We're going to find out. It's one of the treats of the season.
Do you think Appreciate is going to be better with a lead, yeah?
He's riding up front. Oh, look.
No, but he's going to take a lead.
Surely. Well, where's Dysart? I mean,
Dysart
outside. Ran himself into the ground in the Supreme, didn't he? But a lot of people are backing him to beat John Bonnet.
He was still travelling when he tipped up.
Here we go. This is exciting. It's Irish Arkle time. Fingers on the buzzers for the Arkle itself in March. But this is the Grade 1. It's been won by the absolute pearlers over the years. And Dysart Dynamo, unsurprisingly, into the first fence. Will he get them in the red zone? I'll tell you what, Samoa didn't like going that pace over the first. He's already a bit sketchy. Fildor, who a lot of people thought would be a proper Arkle horse, bidding to bounce back from defeat behind Samoa. He's out the back, first time pieces for him today. But Dysart Dynamo doing what he does best and leading by about 3 or 4 lengths. Despite the fact he's going a good gallop, that still lit up El Fabiolo. He's got a lovely way of racing, El Fabiolo, rangy animal. Banbridge sits in 4th. Appreciate It is on the inside. Robbie Wilder's is on Appreciate It Cam. He likes him here today. Flame Bearer, totally different change of tactics for Flame Bearer. And Visionaria on the outside. Right, are they absolutely trapping Charlie Poste?
I think they're going a decent gallop, but this is a top quality 2-mile contest. I don't think there's any problem with that. And as we thought, Flame Bearer, there's no way they're going to let them take each other on. They're letting Dysart Dynamo have the easy lead. El Fabio following. Appreciate It midway down the inside. Has jumped well enough early doors.
And isn't this an interesting jockey booking? I know that he rides all the second strings like we've seen, but when you think about Mr. Danny Mullins, you think about Flooring Port and how brilliant he is with judging the pace up front. This is a great ride for Danny Mullins to pick up, I think. And it's about putting them into the red zone, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
He has to do this.
He puts them into the red early, but then there's going to be a period where he's going to try and fill Dysart Dynamo up. But he's by Westerner. They can be pretty numb characters with, and this sort of tactics suits this horse ideally.
Absolutely. And let's have a look at Appreciate It. Cam then Robbie Wilders is in 4th.
Yeah, he's going absolutely fine, I think. I mean,
on the inside.
Town will be. He's moving. He's actually moving off.
They
the
tend
inside
to do this at Leopardstown, don't they, Poste? They come sort of far side.
They do definitely. I
Go
mean,
off the inside. A
Saint
lot of watered
Rat-
ground as well, guys.
Saint Rat is a mile off the pace, isn't he? He's jumped a little bit in and out and a little bit away to his right early doors as well.
Grand Daniel Dream is on for Graham Rodway.
Whoa, Sam
Oh, he's
Wright-
gone.
Sam
Oh,
Wright's
he's
just-
gone. There we go.
Like
He was sticky over the first fence, Sam Wright. He cannot handle going that way.
He just threw himself off Mark Walsh.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean...
No comment.
Let's move on immediately.
Who knew we had...
Dysart Dynamo, first semblance.
Flame Bearer, big
Bear mistake.
Banbridge totally taking it. He's in the red zone now, Banbridge. You just cannot go this pace.
The big
might
three.
yet stay on. The big three moving through, and Flame Bearer might have something to say about it as well. El Fabiolo on the inside. All learning up now. Is this the breather for Dysart?
No, but he needed that. You saw Danny Mullins again, really made him reach for that. He wanted to wing it, land, fill up for the big turn in for home. That could have been a crucial move by him.
Isn't this amazing then? Now, what's that, 3 out? Is that 2 out, is it?
El Fabio, big
Absolutely
mistake.
Whacked it, El Fabiolo. Okay, when is he going to move on Appreciate It? Because at the moment, Dysart Dynamo is
takes his
still,
time.
7 lengths, 6 lengths
There's
ahead.
loads of time yet, though.
This is 2 out.
Yes.
They've moved back the final fence, guys, as well at Leopardstown, meaning quite a long run in. They're out on their feet usually, come the line. Now Appreciate It starting to move. Dysart Dynamo, a little bit sticky there perhaps. What a jump by
Lovely leap from
Appreciate It.
Appreciate
It can.
Yeah, he's looking good now, isn't he?
Oh, he's riding with extreme
Dysart,
confidence.
you
Dysart's
worry
either
about
getting a
Dysart,
breeze
but-
or he's out on his feet, guys.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, really, isn't
They've got
it?
miles clear. This is 2 out then. Here we go. Off it goes. Again, Appreciate It not
sloppy
great
there.
there. Banbridge is in 4th. Flame Bearer.
Oh,
6
Danny
out.
Mullins looked between his legs there. Interesting.
No. Did he
He
really?
did, yes,
He
he
saved
took
something
a
on
peek.
Dysart. And now all of a sudden Appreciate It's having a go. A lot of people saying Business potentially also wants a bit further. El Fabiolo perhaps going the best. This is going to be another one sunk, is it potentially? Dysart kicks on.
Go on, Danny.
Come on, off we go, Danny. Here we go. I tell you what, Appreciate It's really making hard work of this.
Go on, Danny. We
Who's
need one
also
here.
against you? It's El Fabiolo versus Dysart.
Big jump for the last.
Banbridge is absolutely
Fabiola's.
flying, but is it too late? Banbridge is flying home. Appreciate It not done with yet. Dysart done it, but El
Fabiola's gonna
Fabiolo.
take this out.
This is going to be the one the Muniers.
Well,
A
watch
big
out for this
boost of
loose
Blue
horse,
Lord
yeah.
connections. It's going to be Darryl Jacob taking this out. Another favourite goes down for Mullins. What a day we're having at
Banbridge
Leopardstown.
flying home.
How impressive is this? El Fabiolo throws down. Markle Market. Banbridge, the big eye catcher. Surely that is a Turner's trial of the millennium. Absolute favourite, I think we've just seen there. What a race, Robbie Wilders.
Wow, yeah. El Fabiolo, I mean, he's only 6 as well. Second time out over fences, and he's just, well, you'd have to say he's the Arkle, has to be the Arkle favourite now, doesn't he?
He was a mover, wasn't he? He was the solid one against Appreciate It, who just looked laboured there. If anything, he looked like he wants further, right?
He's
he came for
achieved.
the point-to-points. He finished behind Mboyalen, didn't he, in
Yeah.
this point? That's when they thought he might be a 2-miler because he didn't get home against him. Oh, I don't know. The chess pieces and the wheels are spinning here, aren't they? The plates are all over the place. This is mad to think who goes where now. El Fabiolo has to now go the Arkle,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, the value of his chase form is much better than John Bond's now, after that, surely. John Bond's not had anywhere near the stiffer task. He's the one to beat in the Arkle. Has to be.
I'm mmming a lot. Come on.
Well, I mean, I think if you're a John Bond fan, then you're pretty happy after what you've seen there.
I would wager you are.
As in, because I think that was a proper race, in all honesty. I mean,
Dysart
yeah,
goes to the Arkle as well, right?
Dysart will go to the Arkle. He's your pace angle,
That's
100%. You
So we know what
as
we're
in-
getting there.
Yeah, 100%. El Fabiolo, that was a very good performance. He made a shuddering mistake, 4 out as well, and still has picked up and won readily. Appreciate It. Surely he's going up in trip.
Surely.
I'd have said so, yeah.
And he's a 9-year-old now as well, isn't he? That's the difficult thing.
Yeah.
That's the difficult thing. All right, okay, we're going to get anti-post quotes coming in. We have now got a bit of a breather time here, I'm delighted to say, and we can have a take stock, because we're going to need to big time, on what's why so far. This is why you watch out there, guys, Racing Post Live, isn't it? When something reacts on the track, so do we. And we try and give you the best anti-post analysis in the business. And let's now try and do that, shall we? Let's keep on this race before we go back to the Silly Isles. Or should we go back to the Silly Isles? What do you reckon? Should we have a little draw?
Yeah, we
let's
can go
do it
back
in
to the
race
Silly
order.
Isles,
We didn't
yeah.
get that much chance to talk about the Silly Isles,
No.
did we? And I am going to hone in on anti-post prices, not what you might think either, for Jerry Colomb.
Yeah.
Turners, no. Turners, just no.
Really?
Yeah, no.
What, no prices, or it's not happening?
Not coming up, and we're being led to believe that Turner's isn't a race they're keen on. Which when you think about the Silly Isles up until on press last year, and everyone still with a week and a half to go into the race thought he was going to go Turner's. It's a proper Turner's trial, a JLT trial.
They're giving National Hunt Chase quotes. You're not going to go from winning the Silly Isles to going up a mile and 2 furlongs.
For the National Hunt Chase.
Why would he run in that? Why would you dip from a grade 1 to a grade 2?
Statler did.
And he's 3-1 from 4s. That's more likely, I think, for the Brown Advisory. Statler went up in trip. Great shout.
And now he's fancy for the Gold Cup.
Well, we're going to find out a lot about Statler tomorrow.
No, but you know what I mean? As in, so maybe they might look at it that way.
National Hunt Chase, yeah, it shouldn't really be a race for grade 1 horses, though, should it? Like, go for the Brown Advisory.
Why?
It's a grade 1.
No, but why shouldn't it be a race for grade 1 horses?
Why? Because it's grade 2.
Oh.
Basically, yeah.
I'm typing away here. I'm trying to get...
Going from a grade 1 to a grade 2, I'd rather... I mean, it's quite a simplistic outlook, I suppose, but...
Now's the time for you to have your say along with us, guys, I think.
What about Balco Coastal?
So far. Well, he's the key horse, I think, and Thunder Rock. We know a lot about Thunder Rock now, I think.
What marks Thunder Rock got?
Right. I'm happy to play this game with you. Just let me.
Yeah.
Just let me.
You crunch the numbers.
I'm going to crunch the numbers. All right. 220. Let's get the results up. Let's have a look. All right. 144.
If he was Irish,
Coastal, who's now win 150 horse.
If he was Irish trained, Thunder Rock, he's going for the 2.5 mile handicap chasing,
He's 150. And he'll sit on that mark. I don't think they'll change him for that. You've got Jerry Colomb, who's beaten him by the best part of 4 lengths on 154. Balco Coastal will be the big ratings mover. That's end of handicaps for him.
Sorry, Thunder Rock's 150.
150.
But still, do you reckon you could take the 2.5 mile out of that or not?
Off 150. He's good. No.
So what do you do with him?
Good question.
You just go straight to Aintree?
I would probably wait for Aintree. Let him fresh him out. We're playing him the if he were mine game. If they were mine.
Someone has raised a very good point on the YouTube comments. Jerry Colomb is not qualified for the National Hunt Chase because you have to run in 2 chases over 3 miles or further. He's not run over further than 2 miles.
So do you remember Carefully Selected was the horse they tried to do it?
Do not take that 5 to 2.
And you've got the 10 up
the National Hunt
Novice Chase, haven't you? At Nace. That's the one where they all try and get qualified for it.
Yeah.
And whatever Patrick Mullins is looking at in that will usually be his ride in that.
He ain't running in that National Hunt Chase.
That's an absolute.
He's running 3
like
chases.
Quote to get.
Yeah, don't listen to it.
Out.
He ain't gonna run.
Out for the National Hunt Chase.
He ain't gonna run in it.
And it's Matt. It could bottom him as well, couldn't he?
He'd have to run in 2
no,
3 mile
just-
chases before that. He's just won 2 grade 1s over 2.5 miles.
How are you going to price up whether he runs at Cheltenham or not?
Odds on. It's just Cheltenham. Everyone wants a winner there, don't they?
Can Mission Control we get the market up for the Brown Advisory, please? Is that possible? Sam Hart says.
Well, I suppose
it's possible.
You could throw in the fact that maybe they think, well, he's obviously very good at 2.5 miles. Maybe wait for that Fairy House grade 1 that's like 2 weeks after Cheltenham.
Yeah.
And that's the
and then go to
temptation,
Punchestown because there's like a little bit of a gap there.
Who are the famous horses over the years that have skipped Cheltenham? Clanderzobo's the first that comes to mind.
He stands out, doesn't he?
All right, it's not the be-all and end-all, as we keep saying.
No.
But
it is.
But it is. And especially this
Nichols
weekend,
is
the
a real
breeding
champion.
ground for Cheltenham winners, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Just in the background here, the Toten is on...
Yeah, I think we should probably watch.
Ballygriffin Cottage.
Probably watch that, shouldn't we? Because
City's
Ballygriffin Cottage was, I think, 3rd favourite for the Brown Advisory.
Yep, so that could make a mark. We've got the Irish Gold Cup coming up at 3:05. Oh, galloping. There we are. Mission Control have got it up. I mean, come on. Time Hill can't win it. James de Burle could yet be interested in it. Gaillard de Menil, you think he's going to run here, don't you?
100%, yeah. He'll definitely run here. Just like
this is the short
Jerry
price
Colomb,
anti-post favourite for the National Hunt Chase.
He ain't going to run. Ramillies are going to run.
Runs tomorrow, doesn't he?
Why can't Time Hill win it?
I think he's had his day at that level.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit too old. I think something with the
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm just asking you.
I just think I'm not just not. I really like him.
What about the real whacker then?
He's very
Big
interesting.
chance,
A lot of people are saying come on, what's all this about the
Would he be, how many points shorter would he be if he was trained by a bigger operation?
Yeah, it's a pretty fair point.
That's the.
Although I actually think that
show. I don't like saying that.
I actually don't think he should really be any shorter. I think the fact that he's got a Gold Cup entry is probably factored into that price because people are probably getting excited. The fact that he might go for the Gold Cup sort of thing. He's brilliant. But
well, he might yet do
what you can say is
Patrick Neville's horse. We're talking about the
Thunder Rock and Monmoral actually beating a fair distance there by those two as well. And Real Wacker
Gentleman's Game's quite interesting, isn't
wasn't
he?
that far ahead of him.
For Mouse, he is.
He looked good at Leopardstown.
Same ownership as Jerry Colomb.
I think he needs good ground.
What do we make of Segurheart?
Yeah, it's a couple of weird jumps.
Horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's just you can't really like.
He's got an unbelievable engine.
Yeah.
But the rest of the chassis is not all there at all times. I don't think he's got weird head carriage. I think.
Yeah.
As well. He definitely goes up in trip.
Yeah.
I say definitely. This is what he was talking about, isn't it? But I think he does.
I don't know if he definitely does. It's
I
just
don't know.
so hard
4-1 about Jerry Colomb having just proved himself on very good.
You're
surface.
taking a bit of that, are you?
I'm very keen. I'm not going to. I mean, he's unbeaten. I think he's probably a Gold Cup winner of the future. I just love his attitude.
Yeah.
When he won on St Stephen's Day, Boxing Day as we know it here, domestically at Limerick, he looked like he was going to get past by the Mullins all the way up the home straight. He kept pulling out. And he didn't sulk, did he, when Balco went past him?
No, not at all.
He would have spiked wide up on the exchanges and, like in running and stuff. And
Cool ride.
Jordan Gainford. Tell me about Jordan Gainford. What do we know about him? He's obviously he's done his time with Gordon, as he's earned his stripes a bit.
Well, he's an incredibly talented young rider initially, wasn't he? I mean, he rode Emmett Mullins' the big bonus horse, didn't he?
The Shunter.
The Shunter,
yeah. And trusted with that and delivered a perfect ride.
A couple of Cheltenham festivals ago where he came onto everyone's radar, and Paul Keeley said that is very unusual for a conditional jockey to get as many rides into him during the month of February to get him ready for.
Do you think it was the right call then? What's happened?
What with Davey?
Yeah. Come on, you're a manager.
Well, I do. I'm a massive fan of Davey Russell's. I think he's given some of the best rides I've ever seen.
You've got your under 8s on a Sunday, and you've got a slightly gnarly veteran player there.
I think it's not a bad thing. I know you had a bit to say about it, didn't you?
Did I?
You did. You were a bit vociferous about it. You said it was,
I thought it was an interesting decision from his point of view.
Because once you let yourself down, you let yourself down.
No, but I think once you make that decision that you're going to retire, like you're just hoping that he comes back and doesn't get hurt, because like
he's got some minerals on him though, that bloke, hasn't he?
It's got nothing to do with minerals.
Well, you need them, don't you, to be in the all-world game?
Yeah, of course you do. But what I'm saying is, once he's made the decision himself that I'm stopping, I could see if you stopped for 6 months, a year. Like people like Leighton Aspel did that.
Jockeys never really retire at the first time of asking, do they? Look at Jamie Spencer, Eddie Turney, and all that sort of thing. Keep coming back, don't they?
Well, I suppose maybe, but I just thought that
I saw an interview with Frankie in the week, and I could tell he was gutted about the decision he made. It was in the States.
Do you think it was his decision?
Oh, I don't know.
Ballygriffin Cottage on the back foot here, by the way.
Yeah, he's beaten. He's beaten. That 8-1 for Ballygriffin Cottage is just about to become a National Hunt Chase quote. I think he looks very serious. So we're going to see a shake up there. We're watching the Towton, by the way, where there'll be a lot of you will be on this. This used to be a key trial for the RSA Brown Advisory, now it is. And City Chief's a horse that's turned himself inside out in the Donnelly colours. What's this in second? And they've got the Munir horse as well. That's hunting him up.
That's Bellatrix.
Chantry House.
Bellatrix.
Chantry House with this?
O'Toole.
O'Toole it is, of course. Yeah, you might pick him up. Anyway, look, we're looking at the Brown Advisory market because Jerry Colomb won the Silly Isles, and he's a right horse, isn't he? Absolutely lovable horse, and fair play to those of you that took decent odds against, I think, in the week, hoping he would turn up and the ground would be all right. Okay, now let's move to the Arkle market, if you don't mind, guys.
Yeah,
we've got a bit more time to talk about.
A valid point, I think.
Luke's making another valid point, is he? John Barn is miles better jumper and walks all over El Fabiolo. Now let's concentrate on El Fabiolo, the winner.
I don't know if I'd agree with that he's a miles better jumper. I think John Bon is an incredibly solid jumper, isn't he? I mean, he doesn't seem to make mistakes. El Fabio made one significant error.
He did that on his chasing debut. When he was miles clear, I think he sort of ambled over one.
No, but I'm not disputing. But what I'm saying, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say that he's a miles better jumper. But El Fabio has a mistake in him, doesn't he? Now,
yes.
The answer is, in an Arkle, with what we presume Dysart Dynamo set in searing fractions, can you afford to make a significant error against John Bon, who is likely not to, and still beat him?
What price now? Let's get the Arkle market up. Thanks, guys. Mission Control all over it. Look, look at that market. Jean Bon 11.08. So, is that hasn't changed much, has it? He was around about that, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he might have drifted ever so
6-4 when we
slightly,
last
like
looked, I
an
think,
eighth
Tom,
of a point.
So who are you going to back out the top two right now?
El Fabiolo.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, no way.
The value of
let's have a
that,
look at
the
this
value
guy.
of that form is miles ahead of what John Bond's achieved.
You've had a bit of a target for John Bond since the
Yeah.
Warwick run.
Oh yeah, like he's
Ultimately,
not,
if you took Monmoral as the guide, you know, I know he's been to Sandown.
yeah, and then Boot Hill has come out and been beaten.
We're
by
going to see the
Tommy's Oscar.
Kingmaker next weekend, aren't we? It's the Betfair Hurdle, but it's also a great card at Warwick.
Yeah.
And the Kingmaker is the trial. We're seeing John Bond next weekend.
Oh, John was running there, but again,
Yeah,
he's
all
going to
being
be
well.
like 3 or 4 runners, isn't it? There's not going to be anyone any good against it.
Sam Caney, one of our favourites coming on. Sammy Boy, best 11 to 8 I've seen.
I think Sam's right, yeah, as in I can see that. I actually think Dysart Dynamo on that old course at Cheltenham on good ground could be in, and 8 to 1 is not ridiculous.
That was El Fabiolo's
That was
second.
tumbleweeds if you weren't sure what was going across the screen there.
So John,
I didn't know whether you had.
He can't win the Arkle, can he? He's just going to run
No,
it.
he can't. He can't
He's
win
just
it.
going to he's going to be the
can't-
hair,
he
isn't
can't win it.
The problem is with Dysart Dynamo, I think he's such a talented animal, and to do as well as he did, coming to like he was out on his feet, he's had a hard race there. And
That's what I mean.
His head carries before the race. It's up
sharper
like that,
track.
isn't it?
That's actually tense, like that.
I mean El Fabiolo.
He's like you before a game on a Sunday.
Like me before coming in here working with Wilders.
El Fabiolo's been beaten a neck by John Bond on his second start on the rules.
That was at Aintree.
John Bond much more experienced going into that. He's done much more in his second start of fences than John Bond did at Sandown.
Such a good game, this, isn't it? The two.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We're seeing the
two that ran
Eton
each other
riders
so
being
close.
interviewed here.
Danny Mullins is
Unfortunately,
getting
can't
in.
hear
He's
him.
talking about
Yeah.
Dysart Dynamo. I don't know. What do you reckon? What do we see there? I mean, Appreciate It probably doesn't run now.
Sam, listening.
Maybe
Can
they will
Sam tell us
still.
what he's saying or not?
What if it could? I mean, there's oboe in that. Now, have we seen the Turners winner? By the way,
It was very eye-catching. Wasn't it?
wow, Banbridge, the Cheltenham winner.
You said pre-race he wasn't good enough for stuff like that, though.
No.
You did.
No. I
Change
said
your
the
tune.
Turners is his race if he goes
You
there.
said
And
Cheltenham
it-
ruined everything for him.
I did say I think it has.
You said it
not been
ruined
good for his
everything.
campaign. I
Yeah.
probably did say it ruined it. He's proven himself to be a 160 horse there, I think, though, hasn't he?
Yeah. Did he get up for second or not?
Probably needs to be a 160 horse to win these.
I don't know, yeah. But,
Yeah, he got up for second, yeah.
hang on, what were your boys' selections in that? Well, Dysart Dynamo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think now it's me and you, Dave, level.
Well,
in
the mission
competition.
control will update. We'll update. Look, we've got the Arkle market there. These are the big waves. So Lossiemouth beaten, Appreciate It beaten. We've got GALOPIN coming up at 3:05. We sign off after the Masters chase at Sandown. Loads more coming away here on RP Live. Get your comments into us. This is the interactive show. Just like and subscribe. If you're new to the show, it's all you need to do. We'll teach you all about it. Everything Racing Post at the moment. We're placing bets on the app for charity. The 255 is about to run at Sandown, but we're not going to cover that. I thought Cocky Close was a good bet in that if you had to go for something. Remastered being very well back though before he goes to the Grand National Open. That, but there's the market for GALOPIN. Look, I mean this one doesn't go down, does it?
No.
Nah,
Nah,
no way.
no.
Much too good.
I hope we see something. This race, this Irish Gold Cup, used to be a really bad trial for our Gold Cup at Cheltenham. It used to be awful. I think Synchronised won it, did he? And then the trend reversed.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple recently, but it used to be really bad. Anyway, it all circles around, doesn't it? and again, all of those of you that did the Accas, you're probably, I don't know, whatever you're doing, if you're coming out for a nice lunch and thinking, I'll just look at the phone later. And you're thinking, what on earth is going on? Because a lot of people would appreciate it in the Accas as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I
Who's
mean,
just
I
gonna
think
go
so.
and do it.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it, now you look back. I know maybe he doesn't have too many places to go with these horses, Willie Mullins, but is that a sign that Appreciate It perhaps wasn't? I mean, hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? But he was laboured there, wasn't he?
I could see some of these pitching up in handicaps off big weights and punch downs, still taking them out. What's Appreciate can be rated over fences?
Do you? Well, that's a great shot. I will get the results up. Look, you get all the quotes.
Mullins
by
always
the way.
does that. He always has horses running handicaps that end up being graded horses at punch down. I remember Ken Boyd did it a few years ago. Like,
Of course, he struts his stuff.
there are loads of examples.
Sam Gainey, are you guys here tomorrow? Yes, we are, Sam. We are here for you. 1 p.m. again. Matty Batch, Graham Rodway and myself steer through Sunday service. Unmissable action, of course. We're going up to Musselburgh for a little bit more as well there, won't we? Really good card tomorrow. We'll get the guys a tip for that card as well. Doubtless from you. Thank you, Sam Caney. Loads, of course, coming your way here from the Racing Post studios and, of course, on the website and the editorial department. But don't forget, 3 months, 50%, isn't it? Members Club option there. Just go to the website. I mean, I've got so many offers going on in my head. I'm like a QVC salesman, a bad one. But I don't know, maybe in another life.
He just looked a bit slower, appreciate it though, didn't he?
You're convinced if he went to the Turners, we'd see a much different horse.
I think, yeah.
He was the last off the bridle. I think we can say that. El Fierro had a little squeeze, and he looked like he was going to just come and do him, just flattened out.
Yeah, I just think he looked like he'd been in top gear the whole way.
Or is he just a 9-year-old and he's not improving? He's just hit his level, you know. I don't know. He's had a year off, and he's a lovely, lovely animal. He's achieved probably, I think, his peak.
There we go then.
There we go. A bit of a shishkin, maybe. Appreciate it. I don't know. So loads coming your way here on the studios. Of course, a reminder, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Who enjoyed Good Morning Dublin? Of course, we'll be doing these Good Morning previews for you each and every morning of festivals going forward. I think there's another 14 days coming your way in 2023. David Jennings, Paul Keeley on most of them. They were great last year, wasn't it? Paddy Power signed them. Great news. And they'll be coming to your way from the track live tomorrow. I think, who's on the show? Kevin O'Ryan tomorrow? Mission Control? Kevin O'Ryan, I just got an yes.
Oh, yes. It's important to draw attention to the fact that Everton beat Arsenal.
And Nida Carberry on there as well.
Did you see it?
Everton have won.
Everton beat Arsenal 1-0, yeah.
Good manager though, isn't he?
Very good manager, yeah.
Did you not like the fact they had him all out there doing the bleep test during
brilliant,
the week?
brilliant. But now Sean Dyche, I've met him a couple of times.
Have you?
He's
Where?
Whereabouts? And
yeah, of course he was. Yeah.
He signed off his playing career. He started off under Brian Clough. We're digressing, but
that's fine. I like digressing.
I've seen him after dinner speeching. He's got a voice, and he is hilarious.
Yeah, he's have you ever seen
that
clip on YouTube of the bloke impersonating him and calling up Grant Holt?
Yeah, look, he could yet turn it round, Evertonians out there, and he beat an Arsenal. Oh dear, well.
That's an unbelievable result.
Okay, right. So that's coming your way. We're back with you tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. till 3:30 again tomorrow. The Bear comes back in tomorrow. Get your pelters ready for him. We're going to have some great action. We'll still be seeing Honeysuckle get back to winning ways, or will the State Man really throw down a marker to Constitution Hill? We'll be finding that out. Loads of news as ever coming throughout the week. Mainly, was it Thursday or Friday, that the Jockey Club have taken the initiative, probably went on a tour down under, I imagine, went to Florida, and now off with the ties, off with the pomp and the pageantry.
Yeah, we were going to chat about this, weren't we?
And we've relaxed the dress code. So on all Jockey Club racecourses now, bar fancy dress, I believe. Because that would have been
no fancy
madness,
dress.
wouldn't it?
I think what's wrong with that?
Bear in mind, Epsom is a Jockey Club course. I still believe that the Queen's enclosure on Derby Day is formal dress, apparently.
I can't stand certain meetings, but still, you should let people do fancy dress, surely.
Yeah, we're trying to get the young uns in. If you go down under, I might have told you before, I've been down under racing a few times.
You mentioned it once.
I spent a little bit of time down there, and you can pretty much. It's just very relaxed. It's like going to a big barbecue.
As it should be,
I know they're on the Barbie. But it's quite literally like going to a summer party. All right, so in the summer, when it's insufferably hot last year as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we thought that we might be putting people off. I'm not putting on the jacket. And Ascot, love Ascot, but they were the last to make you take off your jacket. I've been there wilting sometimes, and finally the tannoy. Gentlemen and ladies are now.
You wouldn't be good in the heat, I dare say.
No, I'm a winter boy.
Yeah.
I like the winter.
You're a winter boy, eh?
I love the winter.
Summer all day long, mate.
I don't know about that. I love
Mykonos.
spring, really, if anything. But what do we make of this? What do we make of this? They have relaxed the dress code. You would now get in on Derby Day. Is that fancy dress?
No, not in these sweatpants, mate. He
I guess
looks like he's on day release.
Viewers won't know, but I'm wearing grey jogging bottoms underneath here.
I got a tag on, says Charlie Bose. I never thought
just
about
jogging bottoms are just so comfy.
Well, then listen, it's fine.
I'll call myself
the
the pioneer of wearing jogging bottoms.
Do we think it's a good move? Because there have, of course, been in racing. We have to see the positive.
Although I feel like
people going, "What's this all about?"
And then are we going to make it more affordable to get in?
That's the thing that we next need to work on, please. Powers that be.
Because you can wear what you like, but if you still can't afford to get in, it kind of defeats the object.
It is hard to explain sometimes to people. What you don't get a drink for that, or you don't get anything to eat for that. You know, or you don't get. I don't know. How much does
A race card.
how much does a football match cost to get into now? Say low grade Premiership match.
30 quid, 40 quid.
Is it 30, 40
I
quid?
don't know. I haven't been to see Chelsea in quite a while. To be fair.
It's basically that to get into Windsor's Premier closure, isn't it? And I don't want to single out Windsor.
Coventry's about 20 quid, I know that.
Oh, that's extortionate, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Having a ground would help, Poste, but yeah, no.
I feel like most people probably won't adhere to that anyway. They'll still like to dress up because that's part of the experience.
You
for a lot
can
of
do
people.
it.
But I mean, it gives people a choice to be maybe a bit more spontaneous, dare I say, and just like rock up.
Yes,
of course.
that's a great point.
Like you might think, oh,
I can go.
I'm out and about. I'm just wearing like casual gear.
I don't have to go to Hackett and buy myself a,
rather
I don't have to go to,
rather than have to be very regimented. It's like, right, I need to wear this. Blah blah.
get down to dry cleaner and sort my shoes out and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like just
Do you remember Trainergate at Sandown a little while ago?
Yeah.
When the girls got refused entry in?
Yeah, that was a disgrace.
Just come back from the bowling alley and I fancy going the races.
He has. Jesus has rocked up.
Just wear gear you want to wear. Like if you turn to a football match, you wear your joggers, wouldn't you? Like you go to a pub, like you could wear jogging bottoms.
There's a great reaction on Twitter. You saw some people sort of showing the fancy dress, and there's me rocking up with all my mates to buy a £7.50 Guinness. I saw some alligators, all that sort of thing. It becomes a bit like rugby, doesn't it? But the fun element is so important and relaxed element of racing.
Let me point you towards the sport of darts. This darts has completely been revamped the last 15 years. Like, it ended up being quite a serious sort of like people being quiet and stuff. But I'd rather see a geezer dressed up as an alligator, mate, to be honest.
Giving it the large on the rails.
Yeah, it creates an amazing atmosphere.
He wants to go racing dressed as an alligator. I think we should make it.
I'm not a fancy dressed man, but if a geezer wants to be dressed as a bottle,
I think you'd slip right into
if a
it.
fella wants to be dressed as a bottle of ketchup, then let him do it.
Wow, unbelievable scenes. All right, so look, we think we're all tick about the Jockey Club.
Basically, mate, give people the freedom to do what they want as long as they're not being offensive to anyone. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good mantra to live your life.
Okay. Yeah. All right. They weren't very happy about me. Mission Control were like, if you're going to put an app out there, can you give us a bit of a, even if you're going to put a bet on the app, can you just get it ready before you do it, all that sort of stuff. There has to be some protocol. We've got Robbie Wilder's in the studio.
Dave must be raking it in shopping at Hackett.
Hang on a minute. All right. Thank you very much, Simon O'Neill. Yes, I am sponsoring the man on the polo, by the way. I know I do that, but it suits me. I've got a bit. I've got a bit fuller in there.
I'm not surprised you're wearing black. I'll be honest.
Listen, right. All right, that's a bit cheeky, isn't it? All right. Dave Orton. All right. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of polo. Yeah, you're quite right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So look,
beats my boohoo man.
Well, is that what it is? Boo-hoo?
Boo-hoo.
Oh,
Boo-hoo to make the girls go,
I didn't need to hear that. We're just looking at 255 at Sandown as well, keeping our eye on that because that's a fiercely contested staying handicap hurdle there. I was on Cocky Claw. I'm in second remastered. Another one for Paul Keeley. How are the tipsters getting on out there today? I'll have a little check on that. What's the next race coming up? That'd be a good question.
The Irish Gold Cup.
GALOPIN.
Yeah.
GALOPIN. Oh, I'm hearing that Exalted Angel won the listed Catchy Stakes, booked his ticket. He came back to form. That's 3 in a row for Carl Burke, I think that is, isn't it? In that. Love the all-weather championships. Should we cover that? I'd love to cover that.
Nah.
Don't be ridiculous. I'd love to cover
don't invite me.
I try not to.
Actually, no, you can. I quite like these shifts.
I try not to. All right, okay. We're having some fun. What about the RP Live trophy? Who's winning that bad boy?
Not me.
I think I might just be edging it.
I don't know, but I think Call Me Lord might be
I quite like Call Me Lord in this.
Yeah.
Rob?
Postman selection.
We're neck and neck. 8-all at the minute.
8-all. Let's have it.
Postie's doing a Rob way and
We're
lagging
both on
behind.
GALOPIN next, yeah.
How many races we got to come? 3 races to come? Have we?
Yeah, but we're all on
2 races to
GALOPIN.
come.
We're on GALOPIN, so it's not going to be decided until
2 races. 3 races to go Musselburgh for the county
I
hurdle.
actually need to come up with a selection for the Masters because Mum's a non-runner. So.
I want him to do this now because what he'll do is he'll be tactical, won't he?
Batch tried desperately to do it, by the way, as we were coming towards the business end of winning that trophy. Because Batch is a bit of a nightmare for giving his selections to Mission Control. He doesn't really. He sort of comes in, thinks he's above it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll make sure he does it.
Son. Call Me Lord wins by
I'll tell you what. Is this the anti-postman selection?
Yeah, anti-postman boy.
He's got Jet Magic
Wins
on the
by
inside.
miles.
Green Book, last year's winners there as well. What's his finish?
What price Ben Bromley pushes right out past the line?
Oh, come on, that was a bit.
Whoa, go away.
I'll tell you what, Cast is going to out here. Looks like Nicky's going to do it, but Green Book is coming. Last year's winner. He looked terrible. He's going to do
Call Me Lord's getting swallowed.
No, he's not. Not yet.
All right,
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Need
message
a jump,
him.
Rob.
Right, okay.
Get over, boy.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, Greenbook's going
Go
to do it for 2 years in succession. You're going to finish second. Wilder story of your career.
16 to 1 second.
Took a one to
Take
jump.
That each
No.
way. Each way money.
Green Book. Venetia, you said she was out of form at the start of the,
She's
start
back
of the
in
show.
form. You said she can.
Can't keep a good woman down.
Yeah.
Can't keep a good woman down. And Green Book. That's a Temps qualifier, isn't it?
Yes, it is, mate.
Ooh, what was that sneaking into fourth? Always look for the fourth. It's a Javelin.
Used to be the
finish.
sixth. I mean, that was a
Javelin
good,
finished fourth.
that was a good change, wasn't
Huntington,
it?
I think he might win the Temps. Everyone will be going. He's not an Irish train. We've got absolutely no chance. But I think Charlie Longston and poor Lily Pinching, by the way, after tea for free last week. Hopefully she's back on. She's been one of the riding successions. But Green Book, well done. If you've got, I've got some mates at Sandown today, and I think every horse that they've backed has nearly won. I think.
Oh, really?
They're going through the car pretty much. But it's been one of those cars. It's been gettable, guys, isn't it? Very much so. And it was the NAP for the expert eye I'm hearing out there as well, which is the analysis department of the national competition. They got gubbed. That's me as well, by the way. We got gubbed by Shalear in the Balmoral. And we had the second in that as well.
We've heard about it.
Yeah, I know, have you?
Yeah.
I'm still going on. All right, okay. Shall we turn our attentions then to Leopardstown? It's one of the shortest price runners of the season so far in a Grade 1. It is Galopin de Champs. Come back in style, didn't it, in the John Dirk and many people's idea of the Gold Cup winner. And again, a little bit like Lossiemouth, guys, I was saying, what price is he at the moment for the Gold Cup? What price will he be afterwards? He's short, isn't he, Rob?
Yeah, he is. I've not got a price for you for Gold Cup, but I could. Well, I mean, he's around 6 to 4, isn't he? But the Gold Cup's a pretty deep race, much deeper than this.
Well, okay, yeah, it is. So Statler, a lot of people thought that he might be a player. He was touched off by Monero Imbo. We've got Ken Boy, plenty of love in the race for that. And there might be a play from the anti-postman about how to play this without Galopin de Champs, but we're going to be reacting to the race right after this.
It's the best recommendation I've ever had.
I use it every day without fail.
It's my go-to for any race day.
Mate, it's so good.
It's like Frankel, but quicker.
Puts me one step ahead of this lot.
I nearly hit my head. Right, which camera do you want me to look in?
Gills, what do you think of the new app?
Well, I'm on it now, aren't I? I need it for my job. I think it's the dog.
Which camera am I looking at? And he's always on his phone. Yeah.
But in a professional capacity.
I never worked with animals or children, or Wilders or Keeley, they tell you.
You see, he's trying to justify his phone as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're
well,
often on your phone as well.
phone's a source of information.
Good had that, wasn't it?
Yeah, really enjoy it. Shame I couldn't actually hear it though.
It's the dogs, you know what's.
I'd love to watch the actual full version sometime.
We're
with
going to build on
audio.
that big time. Can I give you some quotes from beaten horses before we go to Galopin?
Please.
He's won a crack up, says Nicky Henderson of Balco Coastal. I couldn't ask for more. Jumped beautifully. Thought at one point we were going to win. We'll have him in everything now, so nothing ruled out trip-wise. Who knows? Could he yet go back in trip? No, got John Bonham, though, not in a million years.
No.
But surely it's a Turners for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Really good run, though, from Balco Coastal. I'll give you the forecast if you're with Joe Colomb in the Silly Isles Chase. Okay, Tom Leach is reacting to your Venetia Williams comment. Can't have a winner for weeks, then wins that.
I know, like,
That's the dogs
yeah.
do. All right. Call Me Lord second, apparently, for you out there. Not a bad shout for the anti-postman.
Yeah,
what
good
finishes
run, Matt.
second here, then? Is it Statler or is it going to be?
Fury Road.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm sold on the fact that Fury Road will definitely beat Kenboy, and he's bigger. I think that's a decent little trade. I mean, he's third in the Irish Gold Cup last time. He has about a length to farm with Kenboy.
Let's get the team bet on.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Somehow
but
you're
but
level with me at the minute.
I don't think.
What would you take as acceptable for Galopin de Champs here?
Well, what, pushed out?
Like, what does he have to do for you to kind of be sort of par for what you're expecting?
Come on, Robbie, we need to get it on.
Yeah, but you can't do
Rob, get
without
it on.
markets.
Well, it doesn't matter, just get it on each way.
All right.
All right, Rob's going to back that each way, we can get it on in running. All right, Kenboy's taking it up, though, because they have jumped off. What would be acceptable
the
for
each way
Galopin de
term
Champs
thing.
to be a proper Gold Cup hot pot, yeah?
Yeah.
I think 6 lengths?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, that's a bit, 1.5 people say, but in between 5 and 10 lengths for me.
You get him at just under even money for 6 lengths.
He's a little bit sweaty, actually, on the inside, which is quite interesting to see on a
Here we go.
wild day. And here we go. Kenboy's got a funny way of racing at the moment. His head's up in the air, but he loves this track. Was he second last year?
Boy, does he?
And what do you mean? What?
I'm just saying, like oh yes, like boy, does he?
Oh, right, okay. You're sort of...
And
you're
he always
agreeing with
races
me,
like that, though, doesn't he? Like, slightly awkwardly head up.
No one going wider than Robbie's selection. now the team bet for the Injured Jockeys Fund, is Fury Road at a massive price each way. Statler, what do we make of that return run, guys, out there? I mean, ultimately, he's been beaten by a proper Gold Cup horse, hasn't he?
And he was giving him weight, but I just thought it was fairly laboured, if I'm honest. But
It's just a sprint, though, isn't it?
Did turn into a bit of a sprint. Fascinating to see what Statler can do here, because at the start of the season, I must admit, I thought he could be a proper Gold Cup player.
Boy jumping a bit waywardly there.
Let's go on Galloping Cam. I'm going to stick you on that, Posty, if you don't mind. Galloping Cam. He's in a run about, what, a shade of 4th, 5th at the moment on the inside.
I mean, where Paul Townend's been all afternoon, really.
He's got some nonsense about him, hasn't he, Paul Townend?
He just, as he can be his way, he's kind of given his fences a lot of air early doors, which has kind of been a sort of trademark of his jumping throughout his chasing career. He almost is overly exuberant if you were going to criticise him in any way. But travelling comfortably, like you say, he got a little bit warm, but no scary moments as of yet.
Any second now, a lot of people wanted to be with that each way. You know, if there were three turns, you get the each way exclusive companies, Rob, can't you, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you can indeed.
365 are great for that. And again, all roads lead to the National again. He's, you know, that would be possibly the most deserving run of all time, wouldn't it? Any second now if you want.
Yeah, he's been a very good horse, isn't he? He's
very well named.
He's very much on the fringe of Grade 1 level.
The big dog, you can see for the far. He's Keith Donahoe, one of the outsiders. He's got a share of it at the moment as well. And Franco Deport, a Grade 1 winner in his time for the Mullins team, unsurprisingly, maybe for some. He sees them all in as well. But at the moment, it's pretty uneventful stuff. Galloping Cam?
Yeah, it is. Galloping there's been, like I say, it's just been a pretty routine round so far. You know, he's jumped nicely. He's travelling comfortably. Like we've seen, Kenboy is shifting out to his right the whole time. That doesn't seem to be phasing Galloping Deschamps at the moment. He's a thoroughly professional performance thus far. All
right, great stuff. Anything else catch your eye? How's Fury Road going, Rob?
Yeah, he's going fine, mate, although he almost ran onto the dirt there, but danger averted.
Well, there's a sort of like dirt path leading onto the track, basically, from the winners, from the enclosure.
Well, it's the canter down for the horses.
And what do you fancy going on it?
Yeah.
A little beach coma?
Yeah, exactly. No worry about that.
Are you a beach man or a pool man?
I'd be a bit of both, to be honest.
Would you know?
Yeah.
Beach
or
or
massive lead from Galloping Deschamps.
Pull all day long.
I'm the same with you.
I'd say you don't like getting sand between your toes.
I don't like getting it in other places as well.
I don't know what you're doing on the beach then.
Trying to sell some sunglasses.
We shall move on with that one.
Speak to your wife.
What a crowd at Leopardstown as we see the back cam basically going out onto the far side. What a crowd! Absolutely sensational. It was cheap to get into, wasn't it? All right. I imagine that it was lots been said about that. But they put up a great admission price, didn't they, for the 2 days?
British horses not going out, but British punters going out in their droves, aren't they?
So Royale, we'd all love to see him run a good race, wouldn't we? And there's, of course, Phil Kirby's got...
Topville Ben.
Topville Ben, who's the handicapper going out as well, isn't he? So we turned up in some capacity. All right, so it's all pretty leisurely stuff at the moment.
Galloping Deschamps did get in tight to that last fence.
He has just gone out slightly.
Yeah, and he's done it again. I think he just with two fences where
Statler's the mover on the exchange, basically, because he's in a great rhythm. Patrick Mullins got... I mean, do you think...
Look at Townend shifting out here. Interesting.
Lost the position.
Doesn't want to be in the inside because Kenboy he looks like a sitting duck. Fury Road still going well, Rob?
Yeah, nicely enough, yeah, but I mean, they're all going pretty well.
Franco Deport hit that one.
Slightly worried that Galopin's lost a position or two, but...
Big Dog's travelled strong up to the...
Yes, he has, and he would be the sort of fly in the ointment for the form at the moment, but let's see how they get on them. We're on the far side. Kenboy still just about leading them from Statler, who's really gone through the race beautifully at the moment. Patrick Mullins having a great spin. Good jump that from Galloping. Franco Deport just doesn't like these fences. Any second now continues to catch the eye somewhat for Mark Walsh and Ted Walsh at the back. It'd be a massive shock, though, if he was to beat this. Look, we've seen some hot pots go down so far at Leopardstown, not going to the punter's rhetoric. The bookmakers after the first one, a good lamb went in, must have been really worried about it, but they've hit back in style. Will Gallopin be one leg of the acca at least? We've got some great bumper coming up. We've got shorties tomorrow all over the place. Let's find out. Then what are we, about 5 out?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a guess. Fury Road warming up, isn't he?
Fury Road has travelled well wide all the way. I mean, Statler as well, the big dog, and Kenboy down the inside.
This is 3 out, I think, guys. This is the fence that Shaka Boursois used to look so good at in his day. This is the 3rd last. Now he starts to go Townend. Okay, you're going to have to pick you up a little bit. There's been a bit of a joust for the lead, Rob, as well, isn't there?
Yeah, just a bit, mate, yeah.
He's relying, basically, he goes 2-1 on in running now, Gallopin Deschamps. Now he's
Fury Road's beating Kenboy, though.
Any second now, just finding a bit too hot. Ken Boy backing out of it. It's like, oh, the big dog's gone at the second last. Hampered Franco Deporte in the second now. We were finding the pace anyway. Now Statler's getting outpaced, and it's Fury Road versus Galopin de Champs. Ken Boy doing his best to come into it. Davy Russell thinks he's found himself in front a little bit too soon. Don't forget, of course, he caused a massive upset in this race last year on Conflated, who sits this one out. But Galopin de Champs got a fight on his hands here, guys. That is for sure. Statler coming back. The National Hunt Chase winner. Is he beaten here, guys?
No.
Good jump here, and he's got it. Davy Russell pushes him to the inside. Oh, Fury Road belted it. He's handed it to Galopin de Champs. What a shout, though. Robbie Wilders, I'll tell you what, the long running, he's not totally done with here, is he? Galopin de Champs coming stand side. He's just about going to get it.
He's clear.
He's 4 lengths clear now. Fury Road bids out of it. He might even lose second Fury Road. Go on, keep going, Fury Road. Oh, Statler's going to do him for second.
Oh, no.
Oh, over 6 lengths. Was it 6 lengths?
It must have been, yeah.
Without...
All right, OK. Galopin de Champs wins the Irish Gold Cup. It wasn't without some drama.
Was that over 6 lengths in the end?
The one thing we can say about this, gentlemen, the one thing we can say about this is that looks like a horse who's not short of stamina at all.
That's true. Yeah, I'll have to go along with that, Dave. That was the doubt, wasn't it?
And they've obviously ridden him like that to see, haven't they? Because like, you know, what we got 3 mile trip there, going up another quarter of a mile in the Gold Cup. They wanted to try to change the way they rode him, make sure that he's going to switch off. And he switched off lovely.
Fury Road has run the race of his life, hasn't he? And he's really tried to make him go. David Russell let him run down the fence at the last as well, didn't he? Which is a tad naughty of the wily old Russell.
He must have traded fairly short and running there to win that.
Yeah, he probably would have done. And beautiful jump by Galopin de Champs. And if he comes up the hill like that at Cheltenham, they're probably not going to see which way he goes, are they? And this is finally what people wanted to see. You know, they were talking about the champion chase for him at the start of the season. They were talking about the Ryanair. Of course, we know they've got an Ergamine for the former. They've got an Allaho for the latter. And they always believed that this was their Gold Cup horse. Album photo, of course, Mullins' previous winner, dual winner of the race. Has he just got another unearth in the big one? The blue ribbon, of course, at the Cheltenham Festival on Friday. And look, he's taken a little bit of time to pull up what an animal this is.
He's a lovely horse,
He's a bit good, isn't he?
Good attitude as well.
Good.
I mean, you can't help but admire the way through the last 100 yards there. Like you said, he was going right away from them towards the finish.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm not sure we've seen that this afternoon over fence at Leopardstown. Oh, he just took a false step there, pulling up.
OK, well, let's get some anti-post reaction coming out from that. We've got the Scottish Champion Hurdle coming up, though, in the meantime, back up at Musselburgh.
Good to see the big dog up.
Yeah, that was a horrible fall, wasn't it? That tricky second last fence. Statler's run an interesting race. Just looks like a national.
Stayed on again, didn't he?
Just looks like a Grand National.
He won every inch of the extra quarter mile at Cheltenham.
I wouldn't rule him out. I wouldn't rule Statler out of the Gold Cup.
He's going to hit a flat spot, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think.
But Noble Yates will as well, and everyone seems to love him for that.
Well, I like Noble Yates as well because he's just a bit of a freak. I think he will run very well in the Gold Cup when they put the cheek pieces back on. And
I just think it's a brilliant race. Like I don't look at that and think Galopin is a banker at Cheltenham still.
There's the result then, guys. 1-2 for Mullins, as a lot of people expected, and loads of you would have had the forecast out there, I imagine. Galopin de Champs, finally, an odds-on shot, hot pot, goes and wins then in Ireland, and Statler takes it out. I mean, Fury Road's run the race of his life, and he's paid for trying to put it up to him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That was a really good effort by him. There's another nice race in him.
Yeah, it would have been second if it weren't for that jump.
You'd be looking forward to maybe something at Fairyhouse or Punchestown for him, I would imagine. Maybe they'll go to Aintree with him, I don't know.
Do you argue
there's the Gold Cup market, boys.
Do you think they obviously haven't gone that quick, have they? There's not putting a lot of distance put between any of them.
No, and there were 4 of them, 3 out when they were all
and yet, what was impressive is the way he's picked up after the last.
He just looked like a thorough stayer.
He's put distance between him and the rest of them.
He's sort of like his perfect racehorse, isn't he? Because he's outspeeded Statler at the crucial time. He's shown a turn of foot, but yet he's had to grind to get past Fury Road. And we said 6 lengths. It probably will be just about the margin, won't it? Let's hear your reactions from that out there then, guys. Again, hard luck, Rob. That was a great shout. And you put it up on What a Shout yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I put him without Statler.
What price was he at? Oh, yeah, you did.
Galopin at 5 to 2.
Oh, man.
But that's all good. Paddy Powell not impressed.
What do we like in that market then? Is there? I mean, Brave Man's Game's sitting there, isn't he, watching all this?
Paddy Powell have drifted Galopin off the back of that. 11 to 8, 7 to 4.
Have they?
Yeah.
They pushed him out?
Yes. Interesting.
7 to 4 from 11 to 8 on the sport.
Wanted to see a bit more, obviously, but I don't think he could have done any more there myself. I think there's an argument that he was too short in the first place.
What beats him?
Guys, though, selections for this.
I'm
You've got a
on
minute.
Lebowski here.
Oh.
And we're moving on, by the way.
Coffee, mate.
Dugo Azuru says the time was very slow. They're going much quicker than that, and that will suit Statler. It's all to play for then, says Duru.
Yeah, if you back Statler, don't
They're off at
Who are you with,
Musselburgh.
Robin?
Socialist agenda, mate.
We're on Lebowski, aren't we?
Lebowski,
This is the
both, yeah.
lucky 15, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lucky, yeah, okay.
Very unlucky.
God, blimey, appreciate it was the social runner in that. That got turned over as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This to give us a semblance of respect out there on the multiple. We certainly didn't get on the move today, and Lebowski is a little bit keen with Paris and Encore. What's this band of outlaws? Where's he? Keep waiting for this to come. This is going to be a project I'm going to like watching. Socialist Agenda, last year's winner, has been basically potting around, got taken out at the start here last time, and he's pressing for it, and he just needs to settle, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's the problem. Bit lit up last time, and that happened. Draw a line through it. Won it last year. Pretty easily, so.
Yeah, if he settles, he's got a good chance. They've got Collingham in here as well, the owners as well, haven't they? Okay, so Kivaha, who was a big market mover because Tom Seagal basically said, this was my nap of the week, price-wise Supremo. If you're watching In the Know last night, and it's in his column as well. That's the big one. So there are your starting prices. Campron's quite interesting, guys, as well, isn't he? The top weight here, because, this time last year...
Didn't like fences, did he?
Coral Cup, that was his, the ground went for him, didn't he? But he's a very good handicap hurdler on his day. As we go past the stands then at Musselburgh, Lebowski takes it up then. Just needs to settle down a little bit, I think.
Over racing a bit in front, isn't he?
Grivatana got sunk in the mud last time at Newbury, but that first street before that form's more than good enough to win this race. She could bounce back. Band of Outlaws, Inca Prince, seeing them in as well. Nayati, he was well. I think he might have just gone off Fav, actually, did Nayati, looking at that market. That's like, well, yeah, joints with Grivatana. She was a big drifter, but she should like this ground. That could be a fair price. All right, what do we think about Lebowski then?
Well, I mean, he is travelling strong on the front end, but I mean, it is this sort of track where these tactics can be executed. He's hurdling very, very sharp, and he is getting an easy enough lead, Dave. But like you say, you would just like to see him just relax a little bit more in Luca Morgan's hands.
All right, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think the others are. I mean, Kavaha is very interesting, isn't he? Because he's obviously been laid out for this, I'd imagine, by the Keatleys, and he's given him a lot of rope. What's that out the back? Is that Band of Outlaws that's just... Keep your eye on Band of Outlaws. There will be a day in him, probably at Sedgefield, but none of us are watching.
Not today, though.
None of us are watching. All right, Lebowski then and Grivatana, the big two in the market, are going clear. Nayati's got a lot of ground to make up under Brian Hughes. Paris Encore's on the inside. Inca Prince warming up a little bit. My eye continues to be drawn to Robbie Wilder's Socialist Agenda.
Going nice enough, mate, yeah.
Well, this would be very annoying if this did us
It'd be a shame, wouldn't it?
In the RP Live Trophy run today. Campond, bit of a fact-finding mission. He's racing a little bit awkwardly on this bend as into the home straight. It comes up thick and fast here, Posty.
It does. I mean, this is where the track is at its sharpest. They get swung round, especially over fences, have to come back hard right. Hurdles is slightly more easy, and Lebowski leads them in, Dave, but they are stacking up in behind him.
Yeah, Collingham going particularly well for Charlie Maggs and the owner's other horse as well, Socialist Agenda last year's winner. But look at Kivaha cutting through the pack. Tom Seagal couldn't do it again, could he? Of course he could. What will this find then? 2 out we jump. This is where it really starts going men for the boys. Socialist Agenda goes out like a light, not for him today. Collingham still on the bridle. It's going to be between Collingham, I think. Lebowski's gone, hasn't he? I think too keen. Far too keen. And Collingham, I think the Irish are going to get this. Grivatana just about comes up in front then. Collingham then going for it on the inside. It's going to be Donald McCain.
Collingham's cantering.
It's absolutely cantering. Charlie Maggs is a jockey I don't know a great deal about, but he pops this, and I think he'll win. You got Paris Encore on the inside for Nicky Richards. He's there as well. What does this find? That's the big question.
Finds enough.
Paris Encore, the Irish horse is running on all too late in the day, having it at flat spot, but he's back on track. Third only for Kivaha in the backers of Tom Seagal's price-wise selection. Paris Encore, game race in second. That was a ready win of the Scottish champion hurdle up at Musselburgh. The Bet365. Big day up there for them. And well done to Connections. Not the horse you thought, a lot of you out there. Brian Hughes was on the perceived first string. Charlie Maggs being down in the sun for him. What do we know about this guy?
Charlie Maggs.
10.
Yeah, I think he's only 16 years old. He had a few rides pointing last year. As he, again, had a handful of rides and opportunities for Donald McCain so far. But big day for him, I mean, this is a big prize, isn't it? Relatively, 20-odd grand to the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is Musselburgh.
I just didn't see the turning around the form in the Artie, if I'm honest.
No, neither did I.
Same jockey rode Collingham last time.
Well, anyway, there you go. I guess with that rival not firing, maybe you just had to run to form. I don't really know. Races coming in thick and fast all over on this Super Saturday here on Racing Post Live. A reminder, we are back for Sunday service tomorrow at 1 p.m. Myself, Dave Orton, joined by Graham Robbie and Matthew Batchelor. We're going to have some fun all the way. Is it Honeysuckle Day? Is it State Man Day? let us know. It's all to play for, that's for sure. We'll be popping back to Musselburgh then as well. Keep your social selections coming in overnight. We'll collate them, and it's all to play for here. I think we're going to put another social runner-up in the Lucky 15 for the Injured Jockeys Fund as well. We've got one more to try and boost the coffers for that. The Injured Jockeys Fund. It's the Masters coming up at 3:30. We've got a little bit of time, though, up until that. Let's go on to debriefing about Galopin just one more time, please. He's beaten Statler, the National Hunt Chase winner, who a lot of people would have said would, going into the season was Willie's second best hope for the race. Are they going to finish the 1-2 in the... What's Appletard doing?
Yeah, Appletard would be one I don't like, but I think that there are still like a handful of other potential winners. Noble Yates, I wouldn't rule out. I wouldn't rule out Protectorat after his he stayed on again, didn't he, in the Cotswold Chase?
I mean, you're hanging your hat on the fact Dan Skelton says he had him undercooked. He said that he trained with a peak at Haydock and he's training with the Gold Cup in mind.
Yeah.
And
what did he say to you on the phone when he was talking about the real stuff?
I can't reveal that.
Read into that what you will. I mean, it would be a surprise to me if Protectorat wins a Gold Cup.
Ahoy Senor, I don't think he'll jump well enough, will he, when it comes down to it?
I think he'll run well without winning it, yeah. For me, we have definitely seen the Gold Cup winner today, 100%. And a lot of bookies seem to be pushing him out, which is even better, isn't it? What price did he go off on the day?
About the same price now. 6 to 4.
Sub 2 to 1, isn't it?
4, yeah.
So if you think he's going off sub 2 to 1 on the day when the race cuts up a tad.
I think you're going to get a double figure field. And
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, well, it could be like 14, 15.
Yeah.
Because I think people are still going to think he might be there to be shot at because he's still... I know he lengthened the way there, but he's still...
You're going to have the Bromheads too, aren't you?
Well, that's a big
in
prize.
those well, yeah.
That's a big prize. Yeah. This is also a big prize. I won last weekend, just to remind you.
Yeah. We're level going to the last.
Scores are on screen.
And, it's all a place.
Sorry,
he hasn't given his
selection. No, I've got one. I've got my selection now, but I want to find out that it's not your selections. So please.
No.
I did like move. I did like move the chains.
This is where the chess pieces come into play, isn't it?
I did like move the chains, but I'm going to change my selection to Celebra Delaine. Anyone like?
I quite liked him, but
he ran hardly any race when fancied at Wincanton last time, but he got back into it, didn't he? Crazy.
Yeah,
but then he looked like he didn't stay at Warwick over 3 miles.
Cheap pieces go on. Hobbs 22% with that first time.
And isn't this the Dacia Abba race? Who usually runs in this, doesn't he? The Masters.
How well did he run the cross country?
Amazingly well.
Yeah.
And so Hobbs has got business in this race, is what I'm saying. One more race to come then on Race Post Live on this.
Well, then what's
Saturday.
Your selection?
You're going last, are you?
Well, I'll go now if you want.
Okay, no worries.
Broken Halo for me.
Oh, I mean, you're definitely not winning the trophy then. I mean, that's lit up. My Halo is just lit up on that one.
No, I think you want to be prominent racer. He'll be up there. I think this
What's
is.
going on with him then, Stott? A lot of people fancied him when he ran over the beach offences, didn't they? He could have gone Badger Beers. Of course, they went with Frodon in the end. He then went to the...
Finished behind Fugitive.
In the...
At Chepstow.
What was the race over the fence? It's Sefton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you're still like that.
He ran all right. A lot of people like Laskillen out there, by the way. That was nearly a public lucky 15 out there. Jake Galloway's come back on and saying that. Okay, loads of great comments coming in, by the way, guys. Look out for the clips a little bit later on. As I said, you'll be able to see them. Benny Blackmore doing the clipping for us out there in social land today. Right, what's your selection? Broken Halo.
Yeah.
Should we have a little trade here?
Well, hang on.
A little bet.
Don't run before.
Sorry, mate.
Let's listen to the maestro first.
Yeah, please.
Let's listen to the likely winner's selection. Yeah.
I was going to ask you. Do you ever make your young kids? They do the bleep test ever?
What? Oh, what? My football team.
Yeah.
Could you see me doing that?
Yeah. I could see you sat there on a chair with a whistle, telling them to go.
A cigar and a little glass of port.
Yeah.
I might do that. We've got a big game tomorrow against Stoke Mandeville Stags. If you're anywhere in the Aylesbury.
Stoke Mandeville Stags.
Stoke Mandeville Stags.
Stags. Interesting.
Yeah, Stags.
Yeah, that sounds very sort of Americanised, that.
Yeah, we're missing a few key players, but I fancy our chances. Yeah, if we were against, Stoke, having a good battle.
You'll be there doing the Croy turn and all that, won't you?
My son's just got signed by Academy, actually.
Has he?
Really?
Yeah.
What academy? If you
Living my dream through my son, as a lot of dads do.
I actually think it's
what academy is it?
Matty Cash, you know who he is? Matty Cash.
Oh, yeah, Polish international.
Weird, isn't it, how he plays for Poland?
Yeah.
He's got a couple of big academies, and his brother runs one.
Oh, nice.
And 2 of my players had a trial.
What positions is your son play?
Box midfielder, would you believe?
Is he? Sort of an Enzo Fernandez. Looked good last night.
Oh, yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah.
We look bad. But
we're not taking it too seriously, but he just really, really enjoys it. And he's like playing football manager for me, with the team. And the coaches and all that sort of thing. And we do debrief afterwards, of course.
You should have a red wine, like Fergie style, after.
Oh, yes. I wonder if
Come
Stoke
into your
Mandeville
office.
Stags manager will meet me with a bottle of the finest
Claret.
Barolo.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Tomorrow, if you're watching, Ollie out there, please do. Right, okay. All right, okay. My selection in this, and I had to switch because I thought Bangers and Cash was really strong selection in this for me. But I've had to switch, and I like Equus Dancer. The winning machine is Equus Dancer. Could you do that face again for the camera? I bet half your family look like that, don't they?
What are you trying to say? You can't say stuff like that.
A little bit. Oh, I certainly can. Who takes the Racing Post Live trophy after you've heard it? There's a poll out there. Let us know. Come on, get the votes in. Who wins it? We know who's going to win this. Equus Dancer, if he stays, he wins. Gav Sheehan on means they're probably not worried about the stamina. This is for the Bowens, of
about
course.
him as well.
So I'm going to do 10 each way from the Indus Jockey Fund on your selection.
Thank you very much. Yeah, owned by
Equus
Roddie
Dancer,
Owen, who's a
4
local man to me
places.
as well. Is the owner.
And that
Rapper's
is
the
on
danger here, isn't he?
Bosch.
I think Rapper is the one. He just might have a bit too much weight. I suggested to Henry Daly when I interviewed him on What a Shout he might have a Ultima horse here, and he wasn't sure about that. And bearing in mind this bloke won on New Year's Day, didn't he? And won really well.
He did, yeah.
And actually looked like he turned a corner mentally a little bit to me through that race as well. He's always had a cut. He's always won, but he's just looked a little bit.
Yeah, he's a Scorpion, isn't he?
Is he?
Yes.
I didn't know. Poor old Scorpion gets all the bad work, doesn't he? As I say, you know, in the media and that. But this is one. It's last 4. He's going to be 5 from 8, I think, over fences after this. I think he's.
I was on about Rapper, by the way.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about Equus Dancer.
Yeah, I know. You keep like switching.
I will be skipping home
Yeah.
with this, I'm hoping, thanks to him. There's a really good race though. This Empire Steel, a horse I really like. He was supposed to run in the Roland Merrick, the top weight. That didn't happen, of course. And he was supposed to go somewhere else, and they pulled him out. Might have been something like the Tommy. We had the Tommy Whittle. Yeah, it might be one of those Haydock races. What was it? It was Doncaster, Sky Bet.
Yeah.
Pulled him out of that as well. Castle Robbins, a horse that I quite like for Charlie Longsdon. Just think you need to be coming into this on top form. I know some guys on track have gone to back Larry today in the Masters. They love Larry and they think this is the race for him. He's
Little bit of Larry.
Eva's Oscar, of course. It was Horosky was on the show, wasn't he?
Horosky, yes.
Remember, he put him up.
Yeah, big fan of that horse.
Great. Phlegmatic could yet bounce back. MS Sacra for Henderson, not the typical Henderson horse that. Corto Rico, he's got a bit of class as well. Move the change and Bangers and Cash are your 2 non-runners. So I mentioned them all. Yes.
You've gone for him.
I've gone through them. I don't like Lascaux in here.
No, why not?
I don't know. I don't think it's good enough. Tom Leach says that Venetia doesn't like betting on Venetia's horses. Why does she annoy you? What, the way she campaigns her horses, Tom? Oh my lord! Who takes the Racing Post trophy? You're not going to like this.
Well, it won't be me.
You came last.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't surprise me.
Fair enough. The gentleman is last at the moment.
I came second in the poll. They seem to think. I mean, you know.
Well,
The pool is small, that's all I can say.
Well, maybe they're thinking Sleeper de Lens. Well,
Al Parks is doing a trifecta, by the way. Al Parks, Down Under. Great to have you with us again, Al. Every week, Al tunes in once he's done with the stuff from Ramwick, etc.
How much are the points, by the way?
5 points for a win.
Yeah.
3 points for a second.
Yeah.
And 2 points for a third, I believe.
So this could easily be a
1 point.
This could be a 3-way draw.
1 point for a third.
Actually, no, it's not
It's
possible.
going to all change.
That's not possible.
It's going to all change. While we're waiting for the guys
It could be a
to get
2-way
themselves
draw.
in order down for our final race, the Masters Handicap, there are... okay, triumphant owner. We don't often see that from the Rob Core banner, do we? But the owner of Joey Colon was representing Gordon Elliott on track. We're hearing down at Sandown. He made a little mistake at the last of the railway fences. That was his foot. He jumped brilliantly up to then, didn't he? He just got a little bit tight, and then Jordan got him back in the rhythm. He was great when you've got a kid like Jordan on, as you have huge confidence in the jockey. That's an interesting line to take.
Yeah.
It's a grade 1, and you don't win them easily, says Brian Ackerson. He says, but I'll be looking at next season with him. And if Gordon doesn't want to go to Cheltenham, I've got no issue with that. Cheltenham is very hard on novice chasers. He didn't go there, of course, as a novice hurdler. He is next season's Gold Cup horse. We came here for the ground. Sandown is on a reasonable high water table, so you're always going to get us off the ground here. And you've got Andrew Cooper. Rocking it on. If he went to the 10 up at Navan, he'd be carrying a big penalty. Now, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, the National Hunt Chase, so that's taken it out.
Why would they
it's the
do
Brown
that?
Advisory or nothing. But they were considering
He
the
just
10
had 2
up.
hard grade 1s over Christmas and
Madness.
one in February. Like, he ain't going to be running again.
Gordon has it in his head. He is a Gold Cup horse.
Well, then run him at Cheltenham over the Brown Advisory trip.
Okay, flags up.
All right, flags
They're
up.
off.
Lovely jubbly. Off we go for the final race here this afternoon on Racing Post Live. It's been great fun. Who's going to take this home? Let's hope you take home some profit, that's for sure, after this. We've got a bumper coming up. We're going to get a word from Wilders on that. That marvellous bumper. Equidance.
Oh, Equidance, a shuddering mistake.
Oh, no.
She nearly called a cab there. Okay, they're absolutely winging it because Eva's Oscar wants to be up there. Castle Robin wants to be up there. What else is up there? What's this going taking off on the outside? Emir Sacre.
Emir Sacre, yeah.
Emir Sacre, Nico de Boinville. Rappers up there as well. What's it, Lascalin? As we come onto the far side. Oh, Broken Halo wasn't good there. You're already beaten.
Nimble.
Larry was there. We'd like to have a bit of fun in running, guys, as you could probably tell, and try and wind each other up a little bit. Corto Rico, the back marker a lot, along with Phlegmatic for Bridget Andrews, a horse that likes...
Wilders is in a good posse at the moment.
This is
Thanks very much, mate.
This could be insufferable. What do you want again?
Celebra Delaine up the inside. Paul Townend position.
No, you don't want to be on the inside today, do you, guys? Let's face it. Everything's gone up the inside. Bar Galopin Deschamps has lost.
Well, good. I'm widest of all.
You are.
Yeah,
you
right-handed now, though, we're not left-handed.
Is it Lorcan Williams on your chat? He usually rides this bloke, doesn't he? No, it's Harry Cobden, of
Yeah.
course. No, it's Sandown tonight. Yeah, are the knees out yet? That's the thing I'm taking away from today, guys. Like, you learn something from Poste sometimes. And he says that when Harry Cobden's knees come out, he's in trouble. But it is Emir Sacre.
It has some analysis there.
Now we're coming
Never
to the
admit
railway
that.
fences. Or have we already gone over one?
We've jumped one.
We've jumped one. The second of the three, then. And Broco Halo was better there.
Yeah, I mean, Equidance has found no...
He's beautifully travelling, Equistancer. I'll tell you what, I'd like to be where a rapper is at the moment.
Oh, show
If you just would like to carry on, I'm going to have a
Celebra
little bit of
Delaine
rapper
actually
and
just-
running, actually.
Chased away from the fence by Tom O'Brien.
Simon O'Neill says, Robbie, home and hosed.
Someone else says
Andy
that.
Sem says, I need Empire Steel. Where's the grey then? Empire Steel. Oh, lovely sit. Although he's on the inside, Andy. Some sort of trends, aren't they? I'm not sure about that. Great to have you with us this afternoon, guys. Don't forget to
Is
join
that a
us
trend
tomorrow.
you've made up all of your own?
No, I'm just, look, we react to trends. It's, you know, it's reaction.
The excellent Kevin
You react
Morley.
to trends or you create your own to
No.
suit your own argument?
No. Don't do a James Millman on me.
No.
He doesn't believe that the inside rails on all weather courses aren't the slowest part of the track.
That is, he's wrong there.
And he also said that Brexit was to blame for Energumen's defeat. I know, we know which way he voted, right?
Why was it to blame?
But
I
I
thought it
think
was
that
the white
Brexit,
fences.
Brexit argument's quite a decent argument, I think.
You and Millman do like each other, don't you?
I don't like him,
You've
mate.
got the weird sort of...
I prefer Motorovsky. No offence.
Oh, well, okay. I think, well, anyway, yeah, move on. All Broken Halo was not good there.
He just met the fence on a deep stride. He was lovely,
Equus Dancer is warming up. They're riding him for the, I like it, for the stamina
We
today.
know you were offensive like Gavin Sheehan before. You said Gavin Sheehan.
No. I said it's likely that they're not worried about the stamina. How's that on earth? I like Gav.
I know exactly.
I've done
what
a
you
preview.
meant.
Even
I know
with
exactly
him
what you
once.
meant.
And I've had him on watch.
You
He's a
can
top
only ride
lad.
from the front, is what you were trying to say.
No.
You got
Don't put words
You
into
doing
my
any preview evenings, Dave?
Watch this space.
Oh, it's the phone not ringing, is it? No.
You? Oh, it's about whether
Phone's
I'm
not
allowed-
ringing.
It's about whether I'm allowed to, actually. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Phone show not ringing over here, mate. That's for sure.
Isn't it?
Oh, I don't
No,
know.
you look. A lot of love for you, by the way.
Wife-
I'm
the
not-
wife-
a lot of hate as
His
well.
wife doesn't.
No.
Your wife doesn't let you going out at night on your own. does she?
No. Certainly not to Cheltenham preview evening. Not after the last couple. So on the What a Shout comments, it was on the YouTube. Someone said Johnny Deneen and Robbie Wilders are class act.
Really?
Yes.
Can't
No mention of
believe
me.
I actually can't believe that.
Anyway,
I have to go back and screenshot it.
We do get some strange people watching.
Emir Sacre leading
I
the down to
wouldn't-
the cross
I
fence.
wouldn't back that
Castle
judgment.
Robin, Eva's Oscar.
This is such a strong test here, I think. Whatever's in 6th or 7th will be fancy their chance of a collapse here, I reckon, guys.
We're upsides.
We are upsides. Come on, this is the fence I went
Wilders
on.
is
I've
actually
winged
in
it.
trouble.
Oh, no.
Wilders is in
Absolutely
trouble.
winged it.
Oh,
Wilders is in trouble.
Yeah, he's in big
Wilders has
trouble.
missed the fence.
Yeah.
All of a
Simon-
sudden, it's slipping
Simon
away,
O'Neill.
Wilders.
Well, you boys need to finish in the
He
first
went
three as well.
105 in running.
Simon
Eva's Oscar
O-
stays
Simon
all
O'Neill.
Stop the
days up there.
contest now because I'm in front of you two.
Celebra
Tell you what,
Delaine's
Larry's
back on
coming
the
for. I
bike.
had to have a bet in running now. I'm on Rapper, I'm on Larry, and I'm on Equus Dancer. What about you? Give us 3 in running.
Just Broken Halo.
No, that's not 3, man. There must be a danger.
Celebra Delaine.
Oh, he jumped that well, Broken Halo. I'm not liking that.
The dangers are only.
So leave it to them. We know can hit a flat spot and come. Andy Sim, Empire Steel's getting into it now. Larry continues to catch the eye. What's out the back? Corto Rico, Phlegmatic starting to. He just doesn't like racing, really, Phlegmatic, does he? I don't think. All right, what's on the inside here? That's Castle Robin, isn't it?
Castle
leading
Robin,
him up?
then Larry across.
Railway
Sacre,
fences for the
Eva's
final
Oscar.
time this
the water
afternoon.
first.
Off we go. Oh, I tell you what, he's got so what? He's just got the hump with the inside, Harry
Must
Goddard.
do, yeah.
He's doing a carefully selected
Yeah,
here,
I
isn't
mean-
he? It's the Thyestes chase sort of go. All the while,
Callan's
the
about to
eye
push him
is
outside.
drawn towards Larry, who continues to creep close. Equistanza come up well there. Oh, he had a little
Oh,
peck on landing.
Equistanza.
But Matic is trying to come back into it, actually, but hard to see him from there, I think. So at the moment, it is Emir Sakra who got in tight to the final penultimate railway fence. Laskelin for you out there, running an absolute blinder race. Oh,
Yeah,
you
that
were.
was
I'll
good.
tell you what, Equistanza's
Oh, celebrity lane, go on, boy.
Equistanza's had a-
No, Robbie's
No.
back in front of us.
I'm giving up the trophy this week, guys. I think I can say that. We're coming up to the pond fence, and this is steep climb. This isn't it, Posty?
Steep climb up to the pond fence.
Fill your
Start
lungs.
The race.
I don't give it up. Just
You want to be travelling, filling up the gas from here.
Your broken
All right.
halo's
They're
got.
queuing up in behind. Look at this. Leopardstown might be the one. Oh, broken halo. What's he got under the bonnet? I'm not so sure.
I'm not so sure either.
Larry just now starting to feel a pinch as well. Look at I tell you what, Leopardstown, he loves this sort of sloppy ground, doesn't he? They're really kicking up the turf there. But Emir Sakra has led all the way so far. Eva's Oscar's there. Not such a good one there from Leopardstown, I'm afraid, Andy, out there. Corto Rico trying to creep into it. Equistanza hit that flat spot. Surely too late for him.
Wilders is cantering.
Hang on, you're on the outside. Don't double bluff it,
You're
Posty.
not over it. You're
Two
not over
outs.
yet.
Laskelin, Emir Sakra.
Oh, no,
Here comes
broken halo.
Celebritalin, does he stay? That's the question. Emir Sakra might be about to break the hearts
he's
here.
staying back on again,
But this is
actually.
the place will be everything here, boys,
Yeah.
I think.
No, it's
He-
Robbie's
he-
on.
He needs to get in the first three, though.
It's going to be Wilders. I don't believe it, but
No,
Castle
no, he
Robbie
needs to get- it's a
pulled up
draw.
last time, bouncing
No, it's
back with
gonna be a
Laskelin.
draw.
Could it be
Come
a
on,
battle for Venetia?
Celebritalin.
They're running up the hill, Celebritalin.
Nico de Boimba's going to
He
break
needs
your
to
heart.
finish third.
Oh, I tell you what, you've got the fourth spot. You don't get any points for that, Wilders. That means
got a
Wilders wins the
draw.
trophy. Well done,
Nah,
Robbie.
we're level, mate.
Every dog has his day. No, we're not. I think you were 1 point ahead,
No,
weren't
he
you?
wasn't.
No,
It's
me and
very
you are
odd.
level, mate. Joint.
We're going to
joint hold, yeah.
No. I'm not holding that with you yet. I don't like superstition.
you're part of it.
Castle Robin has bounced back, guys.
Yeah.
Great ride, Paul O'Brien, up there throughout. On the
Down
inside.
inside, yeah. Well done. Well done.
Had to happen, didn't it? We had some fun during that race because it's the Masters and, we're trying to play it up basically, but we didn't fancy anything that strong in that. But well done. A horse that had a P next to his name last time out comes back and wins the races. We're just getting a count up for Mission Control. Here we go. They're coming up on screen.
Wow,
blink now.
Maxim 7-4.
Let's have a little look. Oh, it's a dead
a
heat.
draw.
That's actually a 1 next to my name again. It's a draw.
Hang on, yeah. What's all that about?
Well done, Robbie.
Let's get that graphic
Well done,
amended
Robbie.
ASAP.
Oh,
Joint
Posty.
ones, yeah.
Posty, beers on you, I'm afraid. Are you beating our panel? What happened in the punter versus pro today as well? We'll get out for you tomorrow because G-Rod's in. He's taking a right pasting on that, isn't he? Coming up still at Leopardstown, there is a bumper. Of course, the Facile Vega bumper, they're now coining it, aren't they? This is usually where we see the champion bumper favourite come from. It was 3-1 the field earlier on. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but you like one.
Yeah, what
Robbie
price
Wilders.
is he now? Yeah, I like Factor File. Don't like bumpers famously, but
Yeah, but you just had to go and
I
nap
actually-
one to wind everyone up.
yeah, that was actually part of why I did it.
And the money's come for him because he was around about 5-1 when I looked earlier on the
Yeah, I
exchange.
flagged
Now,
him.
Sub 3-1.
Yeah, I put him up at 7-1 earlier in the week.
Better days ahead, he's out, of course. That would have made a difference on the market. I like Chosen Witness in it. This is at 4:40, by the way, guys, in about an hour's time.
He's gonna, yeah. He just stays 2.5 strongly. I don't.
Tell me you broke one of these in.
No comment.
No comment. No. The Irish know better. Factor File, though, looked like a strong stayer, didn't he, when he won?
You also need to amend the graphic to say Poste finished third. Can't stress that enough.
Oh, yeah, of course. Second place is actually flattering you a little bit there.
take
You
it.
were actually third. All right, listen, we've had great fun, guys. Thanks for watching today. Charlie Post, great to have you with us. We've been sniffing a little bit on the way, but you can't keep a good man down. You've got a trip to South Africa coming up, haven't you?
South Africa on Wednesday, and then
You're
I
at a
think
point tomorrow.
pointing tomorrow. Yeah.
All eyes will be on Leopardstown, but you're going to go and sneak another third time lucky in, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going up north to Duncan Park. Horse of Trevor Hemmings is the late Trevor Hemmings, called Below the Radar. Nice horse for the future. We'll be running under rules next
and
week.
the missus is going
and
to.
then at Garthorpe, we run a 4-year-old called Gwithinek by Joshua Tree.
And Fran's got the first
He's
string.
a good prospect, yeah.
Yeah, you like this one, don't
Yeah.
you? But it's not the workforce filling.
I think I'm back last weekend of the month, aren't I?
Yeah, okay, you are indeed. So
Yeah.
we've bid farewell to Posty. We've bid farewell to Wilders as well.
Good to see you both. Yeah.
Great to see. I don't have to look at that
Yeah.
shirt anymore, which is absolute.
No, I'll wear
that's the best
something.
gamble of
I'll
the
wear
day,
something a bit
ladies.
more corporate next time.
Good luck with Factor File.
Thanks very much.
Thank you to Mission Control, Sam and Will. They'll be back tomorrow, as will I. 1 p.m. Racing Post Live. Honeysuckle Day is on the horizon.
Bye-bye.